carnivore the world has ever seen.
And for a limited time only, capture your Barbasol Jurassic cans before they're gone. And don't miss Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th. Rated PG-13. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families joined together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpele's Italian Bakery and Deli since 1924. Now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpele's family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpele's Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at CorpelesBakery.com.
High-efficiency equipment for lower bills, special financing, and rebates on qualifying systems.
What?
Oh, I'm trying to memorize something I heard on the radio. Peace of mind warranties.
Why?
Because our AC is on its last leg, and I need to convince you to call a Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning contractor.
No, you don't. I heard the same ad, and you forgot cleaner, healthier air.
Pierce Phelps Bryant will do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable. To find a local Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning dealer near you, visit nopaybryant.com.
Brian.
Whatever it takes.
Women Heart is in a race to save lives. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It's 80% preventable if you know the facts. Millions of women are living with or at risk of different types of heart disease, like AFib, which is a type of irregular heartbeat. It affects both women and men, but women with AFib have a higher risk of stroke and death than men. Get educated. See your doctor. Know the facts. Diet and exercise are key to staying healthy. Know the risks. Women Heart does something really unique, solely focusing on women and providing peer-to-peer support. To win this race, we all have to do it together. Our hearts beat as one. To learn more, visit womenheart.org.
When you get a call from a top NBA player who was injured in a car crash by a drunk driver and faces a career-ending injury, you know you must bring your A game. And you also feel grateful that your reputation as the world's largest injury firm with hundreds and hundreds of verdicts and billions in recoveries for our clients has been recognized. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yeah, we get rolling on this Tuesday morning. Hopefully you're going to have a great one with us. The John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I'll tell you, for early June, this is about as most beautiful weather as I could ever draw up. It's just warm enough. It's just not humid enough. It is breezy at night. It is unbelievable.
I was sitting out last night in the backyard by myself from like 8:30 to 9:15, and it was chilly.
Oh yeah,
it was chilly. I put on a long sleeve shirt. Like it was. I love it. The daytime's great. The nighttime's great.
It is so nice. This is great, especially after winter did extend this year. It didn't extend. It wasn't like we had a crappy winter, but the cold temperature sort of stuck with us.
No, it sucked. Winter always sucks.
It does suck.
Screw winter.
I keep warning the girls.
We haven't had a bad winter in a while.
No,
I don't care. It still sucks. Even good winters suck.
But you know it's coming, Bob. You know that I saw the one of the weekend weather people saying just about the winter that passed, and they were doing a report on it saying, if patterns hold, one of the next 2 winters is going to be a whopper, like the typical pattern of Philadelphia. One of the next 2 in the Mid-Atlantic is going to be a whopper.
I'm not going to be here.
Uh-oh. Pat, you're leaving us?
Yeah, if it's going to be bad weather.
Right when we get Bob's Wings at PJ's?
Yeah, I'm out.
No, you're not out on Bob's Wings at PJ's.
Doesn't call me Chris Heck. I am done.
You are done.
Wait, how were the wings?
They were really good.
Really spectacular. They look.
I expected when I called up and said, "Hi, can I get Bob Cooney's signature wings?" I expected him to laugh and say, "Oh, sir, that's a myth." But surprisingly, they said anything else.
How many would you like? 5, 10, 15?
What did you get?
I got 15.
Pat, you got 15?
Well, yeah, I ate 5 last night.
Oh, okay. And how long do the other? Is that 3 sittings for you or 2?
No, that's usually 2.
Okay.
I had 5 last night, and then I'll have the other 10 tonight.
I have to learn to restructure my. That was my coaching session yesterday. Is restructuring, because next week the reintroduction of some foods comes back that I've been avoiding, and he's like, you got to learn to
Crisco.
You have to learn to rethink how you eat. More of the sizes. He asked a question. He goes, when you walk into Wawa, because they have Wawas in Maryland where he's based out of, he goes, if I was to say to you, what distracts you the most when you walk into the Wawa? I said flat out, the Hers chips on the end cap. Those Hers single bag chips.
Yeah.
That is what I most am craving right now. I'd love to have one. And he goes, and you know what? On Father's Day, you're going to have one. He goes, you're going to get one bag, and you're going to watch the golf, and you're going to eat one bag, and you're not going to eat another bag the next day. But maybe like in a week or so, you'll have another one. And he said, we're going to start reintroducing them. And I'm like, man, I can't wait for Father's Day. Father's Day is going to be great. 6 a.m. sponsors, Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro. I have a dangerous warning sign here with Jalen Hurts. And I really didn't remember this as well until I was researching it this weekend and just going through numbers. And I decided to just break down box scores and look back at some things. You know, you're trying to find stuff to carry over to training camp. And I wonder why we're not talking about the fact that Jalen Hurts really regressed late in the year. Like, obscenely regressed. Do you realize his last 4 regular season starts were against the Giants and the Commodes? And two of the worst teams in the NFL. And he averaged just 209 yards passing in each of those games. The team averaged against the Giants and the Commodes, scoring 22 points. Now, they went 3-1, and they trailed 3 times. Then you get the disaster in Tampa Bay, a playoff QB rating of 19. How bad was that game? Pat said yesterday, that sucked. It was terrible. Oh, it was terrible. 6 first-half possessions led to 146 yards of offense and an INT. No points scored. First 10 possessions didn't account for 200 yards of offense. No points and 2 interceptions. From Thanksgiving weekend on, Jalen Hurts was one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFC. And they still made the playoffs. Why am I misremembering this whole thing? Why did I have to sit and break down a box score and look at it and go, oh my gosh, how bad was that? To realize it was all of it the stinky cologne, as Jamie would say, that they made the playoffs. That they beat some really bad teams, and then I never realized how bad he was down the stretch.
Well, it was that. There was injury. He had that ankle that I really think hindered him. They were obviously running the ball an awful lot. Now, I think in those last 4 games, he probably averaged about 26 passes a game.
I think it's almost exactly correct.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a game manager. He became a game manager. When they went to Oakland and then ultimately Detroit and decided, wow, we're just going to run the ball an awful lot, he became a game manager. And we could say his numbers were bad, but his numbers were all he needed to post or could have posted in those games because they were relying so heavily on the run game. And that ankle was bad. I went back and watching highlights of him before the ankle injury and then after the ankle injury, it was just different. He couldn't move. He really couldn't move all that well. Now, not to say, he's the quarterback of the future.
No,
but,
I get it.
But to say it hindered him. So, yeah, they won. I don't want to say they even won despite of him. They won because he managed the games and didn't put up really good numbers.
I think that as Bob and I sit on the fence, too, with Jalen Hurts and still have one foot in both yards, Jamie, you were somebody that threw it in, and you threw it in first.
Even before that
you threw it in first. You threw it in after Vegas.
Yeah, I just saw too many guys left open. I was seeing guys get open fairly regularly, and him not pulling the trigger or looking that way. And to me, he just doesn't scan the field well enough. Is that something you can improve at? Sure. Can you improve at it to get to an elite level? I doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, I think you can tweak that and get better at it, but I don't know if you can go from below average to great, which is what's needed at this level. If you don't have the physical skill set of maybe a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or something, you pretty much have to be near perfect between the ears, and I don't know if he can get there.
Can he be McNabb?
In what way?
Can he be McNabb? Can he raise his skill set and performance level to be Donovan McNabb?
I don't think so.
I don't think
because
so
I don't
either.
think he can throw the ball like McNabb.
Yeah, McNabb's borderline Hall of Famer,
Correct.
according to a lot of people. I don't think so.
And his touchdown to interception weight was really good. Maybe some of that was a knock on him for not pulling it enough. But then again, he was throwing to absolute trash. Jalen Hurts is going to be throwing to potentially 2 number 1 wide receivers. So it's hard to even compare. You know what I mean? Outside of T.O., McNabb had nothing.
Pat, when you look at Jalen Hurts, and did you remember it that bad down the stretch?
Yeah,
because you threw in the towel late. So you were the one who threw it in later than Jamie. It was the
Giants game. Yeah.
After the Giants game, you threw in the towel.
Yeah, he's just the ankle did hobble him obviously, but he's just. Think he's just a game manager at best, and he managed the games there, but I didn't necessarily think he won a lot of those games.
Could he be?
There were games that he did win. I mean,
right.
He went out there and had to orchestrate a comeback, but a lot of those games, it was like, you could point to the defense, you could point to the running game. It wasn't so much Jalen Hurts.
Could he be Ryan Tannehill? I wrote down a bunch of quarterbacks, and I'm asking today, can he be Ryan Tannehill?
It's funny. That's the name. I think you were on vacation, John, that Jamie brought up, that's the guy that you'll kind of maybe at the highest level he could reach.
I think that's his ceiling, yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny. You talk about the end games. Now, the last game against Dallas, they didn't really play anybody because they already had a...
and that is a... and he didn't... remember, he got sat. To help his ankle.
He didn't play.
That's not. I didn't even count that in his numbers.
Okay, so not counting those numbers, and not we're talking the last regular season games. They won 6 of their last 7 games before that Dallas game.
Yeah, but 2 were the Commodes and 2 were the Giants.
Right.
I mean, it was like it wasn't the same.
What do you say? 2 were what?
Giants. Yeah, it sounded like something. I was going to
right?
but
no, the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 of them. It was
Are
2
you
of them.
sure?
A new insult.
Sure.
Wow. We're going to have to check the table.
I know.
Change the commander's name, so clearly you changed the Giants too.
I've seen that shirt.
So I mean, those were his 4 regular season wins. 3, by the way, 3. He lost to New York.
Yeah.
He lost in the worst performance of the year against a team that was terrible.
Yeah.
And so to me, I wonder if I've sugarcoated how bad it was down the stretch because of the fact that they went 3-1 and made the playoffs.
Yeah, no, look, like I said, they won 6 out of 7 going into the last week of the season. They didn't need that game. So, is it masked by that? Sure. You win 6 or 7 games, you're not really apt to point out who's not playing well.
Right.
You're apt to saying what's working well. And what was working well was the running game. The defense was playing okay. And the bigger point was you played a lot of terrible teams.
Terrible teams.
My God, I really did almost say that.
You did almost say it.
Yeah, they played a lot of crappy teams.
He did.
And, he game managed. And that's,
And he did.
He threw 17, 23, 24, 26, 26. Those are the passes he threw in those last games. That's nothing.
But game manager will not be good enough this year.
I don't know about that.
No. They can't have a game manager. Not when you went out and got...
Well, he's got to pass better because his core is so good.
Yeah, you got him all... I can tell you this. How many teams have a better top 2 wide receivers? In the NFL?
Not many. I can go through it and look.
Tampa Bay?
Las Vegas, maybe?
Las Vegas is really good now
Las
with
Vegas
Devontae.
is,
The
yeah.
Renfro. The Rams
But I mean,
are pretty
they're
good.
a top 5.
Yeah, most likely.
Probably.
You can't have a game manager as your quarterback. That can't be the bar for
the
him.
Bills are pretty solid.
You can if you have a good running game.
Okay.
But you have to have like a dominant running game.
Aren't you underusing, though, what you've made the strength of your team?
That's going to be a key this year. Nick Sirianni figuring out, okay, I have to keep A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith happy, but at the same time, I can't exploit the weaknesses of my quarterback.
Correct.
So it's going to be a very a juggling act, much of a juggling act for Nick Sirianni, I believe, this year.
It might be one of the biggest questions that he faces during the course of the year. But right now, I didn't realize it was that bad. And I got more numbers I'll share with you that might stir your memory a little bit about the 2021 Eagles coming up. Hey, if you join us, we will be in Arizona cheering on the Birds. You can reserve your spot now with a small deposit at phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips, you can travel with the pros, and you can bring along your golf clubs. And you can play in a golf event with us on Friday morning. How about that one?
That looks
True North is fantastic golf.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And lots of assisted roll, which makes me really, really happy. It's desert golf. So it's beautiful.
I've
not
played
too
in
hilly.
Scottsdale once or twice. It's nice.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to have a great, great time, and we hope that you're going to be there with us.
Just don't go into the rough looking for your ball. It's not worth it.
You're going to be. You're afraid of snakes?
Not like petrified, but I can give a golf ball to the.
What's crazy is a roach would scare me much more than a snake, which makes no sense.
I don't.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, snakes.
I'm out on
snakes and rodents.
I've already had 2 snakes in the backyard. No problem at all. Picked up a stick, grabbed the snake, threw it into the woods. Like I'm not like doesn't bother me in the least. I'm like, okay, that snake's not going to bother me. I pretty much can do the colors and know.
It's more just the unknown of stepping and not seeing it. Yeah, they're slippery, those snakes.
That's usually what they say about snakes, that they're a little slippery. Hey, beating up on an Angels team that was on an 8-game losing streak that, by the way, is now at 12, that's one thing. Going on the road and winning a series versus the Milwaukee Brewers would absolutely be another. So the trifecta of Suarez, Nola, and Eflin in an afternoon game on Thursday, by the way. Afternoon baseball on Thursday. I always love those. Will go against the best team in the National League Central tonight. A series win, a huge momentum swing heading into a really, really critical homestand, and then 8 divisional games next week, some of them at home, some of them on the road. To me, this Milwaukee series tells us whether I should put much stock in what happened this past weekend. If they go out and find themselves getting their asses kicked at Milwaukee, I'll be like, okay, they beat up on a bad team that has somehow managed to lose 12 games in a row. Mike Trout finally got a hit, though. I think they have a special night tonight in Anaheim to celebrate it. He finally did break his 0 for 26.
Don't you be pouting on Mike.
He's from around here. I forgot.
Connor struck him out in high school.
He's forgot it.
He might have struck him out when he was a pro, knowing Connor.
Yeah, exactly.
You like I said yesterday, it's go time. Like you got to go. I mean,
and I'm not even saying win the series, by the way.
I know
it's a 3-game series.
Yeah. Don't get swept, and you put it in the notes. Like, I don't want to sound like a loser saying, hey, just don't get swept. But you can't, you got to go in there looking to sweep. Like, you have to get, I'm all about this. You have to get that winner mentality. You have to have that mentality of, you know what the worst thing that happened with the Phillies this week was? They had off yesterday.
You think that?
I really do. I would have loved to ride that momentum of Bryson Stott hitting that home run, 3-run homer to win you the game, an inning after that Bryce Harper hit you the grand slam. I think that's such a momentum thing. I think baseball, more than any other sport, is contagious. It carries over. Momentum goes because you're playing every game. I hate that they had off yesterday.
How about a day of golf, though, in Milwaukee? Up and getting out and team bonding and things like that, trying to spread that. I think there's some positives in that, in a day off. I like the idea that they didn't go home on Sunday night, that they flew directly to Milwaukee and took the off day there.
Yeah, there's some nice golf courses in Wisconsin.
Really nice.
Yeah, get out there.
And maybe get out and have a little bit of bonding.
Yeah, maybe some fun is what they needed. Maybe Joe Girardi was strangling the fun out of the clubhouse. Maybe they were.
Sounds that way.
That old cliche of gripping the bats too tight. Overthinking. Whatever it may have been. Maybe there's a sigh of relief in there. I mean, when Dombrowski says a change in voice is needed, I mean that kind of says a lot without saying it. You know what I mean?
And to everybody too, he says, talking to the players, talking to the staff. Talking to the members of the organization.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like Joe was either being dismissive or stressing people out.
Yeah, one of the two.
Or whatever.
So maybe an off day out there, and just have some fun would do this team good. Who knows? We'll see. But you got Burns going on Thursday, so you got to get one of these first two so that, Thursday game.
Yeah.
If you can get the first two, then you're sitting real
Then you're
pretty.
feeling really good.
Yeah, but Burns is good.
And I don't want to put a Pat, again, it's that idea. We're going to talk about it later on the show. I hate that idea going in. Well, just don't get swept. Because it is sort of sounds like a loser's mentality. But I think this team still has to crawl before it walks.
Yeah.
It needs to get it back on its feet. The schedule clears up. Next week is a huge week.
Going to be easier. I mean, I didn't think about it, but Bob, I agree with him. I mean, it would have been nice to see them carry that momentum over. I just have a different feeling as a fan.
What do you mean?
It's the all right. Like, here we go.
You don't ever get sucked in though.
I'm not so much getting sucked in, but it's like the team has new life. It seems like now. Granted, it's been a very short sample size against a bad Angels team, but just that new leadership. I think you're going to see a different squad.
You agree?
I think you've already seen it a little bit.
You agree with me though. You go out and you don't. You go out and wet the bed against the Brewers. Then this past weekend meant nothing.
Oh, then trade everybody.
No, but I mean it meant nothing.
No, you're right.
It meant you played a bad team. And
no, in all seriousness, yeah. You need to figure out what this team is, and it's going to be tough to do that in a 3-game sample size. But it'll at least give you an idea if this team is real and the change at manager is legit, or if it was just fool's gold.
But I do think it kind of tells you what they are.
Yeah.
Because if you rode that momentum, if you that high that you had on Sunday after getting that great win, if you go into Milwaukee and lose 3 in a row, like John was saying, and negates, it does. It just shows you. To me, it says, all right, you're a 500 team. And you can win 3 in a row, and you can lose 3 in a row.
And the resolution of Joe Girardi being gone, people will be like, well, they're playing exactly the same as they. You go and get swept in Milwaukee, you'd be saying the same things. Well, that's exactly what a Joe Girardi team would have done.
Yeah.
Get on a little hot streak and then lose. I believe they're going to show up strong. I really do. I have a good feeling about this
I expect them to
series.
at this point.
I expect 2 of 3.
You expect 2 of 3. I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
2 of 3 sets up for a fantastic homestand. And then next week, starting Monday, you have 3 at home on the Marlins. Then you play 5 on the road from Thursday to Sunday. Strange series. You play you play a doubleheader on Friday. And you play Saturday and Sunday with the Nationals. You have 5 games in a 4-day stretch. You haven't played the Nats all year long.
No.
And because of this condensed schedule that they're doing, this is the first time you go upon it.
And if you can't beat George Costanza tonight, what are we doing?
How about that?
Come on.
You're going up against George Costanza.
Yeah.
There has to be, Pat, some creative things when you're going up against George.
If you saw him in the batting cage after he gave up sex, he was quite the player, so...
Yeah, he showed. Was it Paul O'Neill and Danny Tartable?
Yeah.
He showed how to hit.
Yeah,
this could be the summer of George.
Was it or was it Williams?
We won the World
It
Series.
might have been Williams.
I think it was. It might have been Bernie Williams. We won the World Series. Yeah, in 6 games.
Yeah, in 6 exactly. There's going to be
in 6 games.
That is a tonight's going to be fun. George Costanza. Can you ever remember going up against another thing tonight? You'll face George Costanza.
Another name like that?
Another name like
Jason
this?
Alexander?
Yeah, you're facing Jason Alexander.
None come to mind like that. Where
it would really be better if you're facing George Costanza.
That would be better.
I mean, earlier they faced Will Smith.
Not
the pitcher, but
good point.
Did they slap him around?
Ooh,
there it is.
And my buddy, my cousin saw Dave Chappelle down in AC last weekend, and he said it was chock full of slap humor, and because he got attacked on stage too shortly after.
Yes,
and he was making a ton of jokes about that. He said
I would like to have known that was going on. We're going down to AC to see.
Guess what he paid for Chappelle in AC?
$55.
Ha!
200.
200.
See, now I was
and
guessing.
he said that was cheap.
See, I was guessing less because I thought you were surprising me with the.
No.
Because your pricing is so off. I was thinking that potentially that came together.
Yeah.
Hey, the New Jersey Transit Police Department reminds you that we all need to work together to keep our transit system safe. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT. 1-888-TIPS-NJT. We had a lot of fun yesterday. Connor and the walks in softball was getting a lot of buzz. And Jamie and his $20 regular large pizza, just cheese pizza, was getting a lot of buzz yesterday too. To the point that Slice reached out to me. And I have the 5-county average for a large 16-inch cheese pizza from our friends at Slice, the app for pizza, counting Philadelphia, Delaware, Chester, Montgomery, and what's the other one? Bucks County. The 5-county average for a large pizza. And let's just say Jamie is going to get sliced up when I give you the number coming up.
What does Slice know?
It's the John Kincade Show. They just know pizza. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Get the BetParx app. You're going to be glad you did. Did you know that the BetParx app is the official betting partner of the PGA Tour? So go get the BetParx app. Check out special boosts and wagers that are available for these PGA Tour events. You download the all-new BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app in one. It's beautiful. You get a risk-free bet up to $750 when you use my promo code Kincade, and it'll be refunded in site credit should you lose. Check the website. They'll give you all the details. The Stanley Cup Finals. Half of the teams selected are in. The Colorado Avalanche advanced last night after sweeping the Edmonton Oilers, who really, really need a goalie badly. And so there's an opportunity there. You bet that. You got the NBA Finals going on, tied at 1. You got to be 21, and you got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, I implore you, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage headquarters. At Wawa Siptopia, every sip is a quick trip to your happy place. Relax and lose yourself in a delicious smoothie or creamy milkshake. Recharge on the go with a new frozen coffee or frozen refresher. No matter what your favorite beverage is, here's your chance to indulge. So whether you like it hot, frozen, fruity, or caffeinated, Wawa Siptopia awaits. See store for details.
Whoa, is that the new pork adobo chalupa from Wawa? I've been so curious. Is the adobo seasoning fiery or savory?
That's right.
Well, which is?
Absolutely.
Well, it can't be fiery and savory at the same time. Can it? Okay, well, at least tell me this. Is the fire-roasted corn smoky or sweet?
Oh, totally.
So both. Or neither?
Now you're getting it.
Okay, salsa verde, tangy or spicy?
Yes.
Zip or kick?
Satisfy your culinary curiosity with the new chalupas at Wawa.
Tired of paying more and getting less? T-Mobile believes customers should get more without worrying about their bill. That's right. More 5G coverage, more savings, and even more cool stuff. And what does that mean? It's like expecting this and getting this. Expecting this and getting this. At T-Mobile, you get more. Like more 5G bars and more places and more savings. So your family saves 20% with Essentials versus AT&T and Verizon. Plus, we won't raise the price of your rate plan with our Price Lock Guarantee. So, would you rather have this or this? The answer's simple. Switch to T-Mobile today and see for yourself what more feels like.
T-Mobile is America's largest 5G network. 20% savings with 2 to 4 lines on Essentials versus comparable plans. Features may vary. Price lock for rate plan, talk, text, and data on qualifying lines. See terms at T-Mobile.com.
Here's a little gift-giving wisdom from Omaha Steaks. Dads want steaks. And with Father's Day around the corner, there isn't a better gift than Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com and type Fanatic in the search bar and order the Dads Want Steaks package. For just $99, this limited-time package includes 16 mouth-watering entrees he's guaranteed to love, like smoky, tender, bacon-wrapped filet mignons, gourmet jumbo franks, and their air-chilled boneless chicken breasts. And for a sweet finish, delicious caramel apple tartlets. And as a special gift for 97.5 The Fanatic listeners, when you type Fanatic in the search bar and order the Dad's Want Steaks package, you'll also get 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers. These burgers are full of bold, beefy flavor made from 100% Omaha steaks. Don't wait. Send Dad more than just a gift. Send him an experience he'll love and can share with you. Go to omahasteaks.com and type Fanatic into the search bar and order the Dad's Want Steaks package. You'll get 16 entrees and 4 desserts plus 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword Fanatic.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash with collagen hydrates to rejuvenate skin surface cells for healthier looking skin in just 14 days. From dry and dull to firm and radiant. So I can step into my day feeling my best in my skin. And now try Olay Body Lotion, which hydrates for visibly firmer skin that improves over time. Olay Body, fearless in my skin.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end. You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back.
You could say that.
Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
There you go. First time in a while for that, Jamie.
Yeah, that was...
Not turning on the mic. It's been a while. I've been on a streak. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. And you know you can get paid for your old computers, your monitors, your printers, and more at Armor Metals and Recycling. Armor Metals is your e-cycling headquarters. Armor Metals, your most trusted recycling partner. Visit armormr.com for more. They'll take great care of you, and you can make a little money getting rid of some of your old electronics and stuff.
Sweet.
That is always nice to be able to do that. One thing I'm going to say is yesterday, Jamie always creates great content. And yesterday's pizza conversation, which began with me saying, I cannot believe when I saw on the news that it was $25 to get a large pizza on the boardwalk, to walk up and order a pizza on the boardwalks. It was $25. So then Jamie was like, well, it's $20 everywhere else. So yesterday created quite a day on social media of people sharing their thoughts and sharing.
By the way, John, let me just say this. I assumed that delivery is...
Why would you assume that?
Well, because I think you have a bunch of Harry Hardos out here saying they pick up all their pies. I don't believe that to be true.
I do.
All of a sudden now Anthony, I know you, Anthony, Coach, but everybody picks up their pizzas.
I don't want
delivery
pizza
is more the norm.
No, I totally disagree with you. I haven't ordered delivery since
Put a poll up. Delivery's more common.
I haven't ordered
you guys are all
delivery.
a bunch of hard asses.
All right, well, let's get to it here.
I haven't ordered delivery
So this
since
is
probably 2012.
my comment was made under the pretense of delivery.
Well, I made it clear,
that's
though,
normal.
but I made it clear to you over and over again that it wasn't about delivery. It was about you're walking up.
My
you're
point was
walking
I'm
up on the
paying
boardwalk.
20
You're walking
at
up
home.
on the boardwalk and you're getting $25. So our friends from Slice,
What do they know?
a 5-county area. I believe the number is like 400 and some pizza joints, which to me doesn't even seem believable, but like 400 and some pizza joints where you can order from. If you were to walk in and get a large pizza, Bob, you know the number. Coach, I want you to guess first. Large pizza average 5-county area. Large cheese, 16-inch pizza to walk in, order it, and take it out.
Are these numbers up to date?
As of
in
yesterday.
reflecting inflation?
As of yesterday.
Give it up, man.
I'm just making
As of
sure.
yesterday. Coach?
I'm going $15.
He says 15. Pat?
I will go 14.
You say 14.
I'll
Jamie?
say 1671.
1385.
Nah.
Yes.
See, like,
Nah.
and
yes.
Jamie really has perfected, like he's learned the Philadelphia sports trick of you never give up, and anytime facts are presented, you just go
13.
Nah, not true.
And
Yeah, I
fake
mean,
news.
They have the data. $13.85 is the average price, which means now where Jamie is, the point made. Where Jamie is, maybe the prices are closer to 16. Other places closer to 11 and 12. So there could be where
And that's not taking into account tax.
there could be where no. These are the flat prices. These are flat.
Yeah, so that
prices to what you pay.
1371 is
To walk in.
closer to 15.
To walk, no, that's where you walk in flat price.
No, there's
this
tax.
is it. No, this is the flat price. No, this is including the tax. This is what you
don't
would
buy it.
walk out if you walk in and buy it.
Nobody's getting $13 pizzas these days. I mean, I don't
In
believe
fact,
it.
You can go to Domino's and get like a large for
In
$9.
fact-
We're talking about your neighborhood pizza
No,
place.
we're talking about any pizza place. Large
Stop
cheese pizza.
changing
Not
the
chain.
rules, dude.
I'm not talking about chains.
You keep changing the rules.
I'm not talking about $5.99 medium Domino's Wednesday
fitting your
specials. No, I'm
narrative.
talking about your
Stop.
neighborhood pizza place.
You lost.
You could just go to PJ's and get Bob
Right,
Cooney's
get Bob
wings.
Cooney's wings.
You don't have to worry about it. You
Talking
know,
about
that's
your
what I'm
local
saying.
pizza place, the places we grew up on.
In the other words, $25 boardwalk pizza where you can just see all the cheese is sprinkled on top of a bunch of sauce.
It's delicious.
It's $25. Oh my gosh! All right, well, thanks to Slice, and I never knew about Slice, and I will now.
I think one of my local places does slice.
I think almost all of your local places probably do. And it sounds like it's pretty amazing. So, yesterday was the 21st anniversary of the Stepover. And I saw various social media remembrances of it. And I went and counted last night. I saw 5 different, on my feed alone, of people being like, the most iconic, this was amazing, 21st anniversary of that play. That 2001 team, more importantly, the Iverson performance, I don't know how he ever carried that team without a semblance of players so far, except the East was pretty weak. But it was amazing. It was an amazing run, and we all loved it. But the city remembering that event as if we won something, to me, is just still will always be strange to me. It was an iconic moment, an iconic picture in my mind. And I remember howling, laughing, loved it. Absolutely loved it, and a moment like that. But I am floored at the way that moment is celebrated, considering we had many, many better showings on the big stage close to championships and many, many better showings that sort of get derided in this town that didn't bring home titles and better teams and better. Iverson, to me, is iconic. He is iconic. And yes, that play is signature, Bob, but the way that play is celebrated is like, this is a top 5 Philly sports moment. I'm like, nah, not in a 4-1 series ass beating.
I more go to teams if you're going to moments that are iconic in Philadelphia history than individuals. But that was wild because, they weren't expected to be where they were. You had a team that had the MVP, Coach of the Year, 6th Man of the Year.
It was unbelievable.
I mean, that was terrific. And look, there was no way they were going to beat the Lakers, and they knew it midway through the season. That's why they got rid of Theo Ratliff and got Dikembe Mutombo, because they needed somebody to try to guard Shaquille O'Neal, but it just didn't happen. But that run, I won't even call that play. The step over was a sidebar to me of the iconic run that was.
Yes, to me it's an iconic Iverson moment.
Iverson was just unbelievable. I mean, that just justified him as the star that he was. And that whole playoff series from Toronto to Milwaukee to the Lakers, he was just unbelievably good.
Is that arguably the greatest playoff run that we've seen in this town by an individual? If you take beginning to end, body of work in a playoffs year, Cole Hamels had a great one.
I mean, Halliday threw a no-hitter.
Yeah, they didn't win, though.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Utley had an unbelievable
World
series against the Yankees that they lost.
The 09 World Series.
Dykstra had a phenomenal series
but I'm talking
against
about beginning
the
to
Braves.
end, so it had to be.
It's definitely up there.
Iverson's was, to me, it'll be amongst the greatest that I can ever remember.
Nick Foles.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But the thing is, though, the Falcon game, he really
second
wasn't.
half he was fine.
Second half
he played
he was
2.5 great games.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that was more of that was almost an NBA iconic moment, oddly, because Iverson was so huge.
He's unbelievable.
This entire generation of guys, if you polled 10 NBA players in the league right now, I bet you like 4 or 5 will say Allen Iverson was my favorite player. I mean, it was an iconic thing. The Lakers only lost once that year. They were kind of a dominant force. So even to steal one, you almost had game 2. And if you had just pulled that game 2 out, I always wondered.
Then it gets really crazy.
Yeah, I always wondered how that could have gone. But, I get why it was that. But, yeah, you lost 4-1.
Pat, if there's one word to describe Allen Iverson's style of play, career, whatever, what would it be for you?
Gutsy.
I say fearless. So, I mean, it's the same sort of thought process.
They're related,
He was probably the toughest athlete I've ever seen play.
He's unbelievable.
I mean,
pound for pound.
I've said it before, but he's the only athlete I can ever remember they made a commercial about his injuries. Go back and watch that one Reebok commercial. He's sitting on the training table, and they're highlighting all the injuries this guy played with. And then it's, all right, time to go play.
They're going to do it with Embiid.
That's insane.
They wanted to do it with Embiid, but then they were can't do it.
I think it's a little bit different.
They can't do it. Hey, Mike and Delran. Good morning, Michael.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What are you up to, buddy?
Mike, what's your pizza cost?
Going to work. Like $14, $15. $20 outrageous. And I also go and pick up now. I don't deliver it.
Everybody does it. Yeah, everybody picks up now all of a sudden. Yeah.
I want it fresh. I'm not hiding out my house.
I don't like to think of that like, we look at it like we want something. But, that I think any other team in the West that year, the Sixers have an actual chance of winning that thing. Watching Allen Iverson, that whole playoff performance was like you're saying, he was a beast. And I don't know if you're big into the Marvel movies, but there's a scene in the End Game, the last Avengers movie, where Captain America's standing there. He's looking at Thanos and his entire army, and he's just standing there by himself. And he straps up his shield. That was Allen Iverson to me, because it was Allen Iverson versus arguably 2 of the best top 10 players that ever played the game. So, yeah, as much as it was just...
Yeah, but it wasn't a Philly... That's an iconic Iverson moment.
That's an iconic sports moment for me. For everyone.
Wow.
I've only seen 2 championships. Sixers if you count the 83, but, yeah, that's an iconic moment just for me. So, Allen Iverson's the man.
And what do you say to us? There you go. Thank you very much. I'm glad we got that in at the end. Love that. Now, Mike was supposed to come with us last year, right?
Yeah, I think.
Didn't something happen?
Kid?
Or I probably had one of those kids.
I think it's that. I'm wondering
what trip was it?
It was the Vegas trip.
I believe the Vegas trip. He dealt with COVID, and then
Didn't the kid get sick or something?
Something happened.
I think one of his children got COVID, and
is
then
Mike coming with us to Arizona? That's what we have to find out.
I think he was going to come to Tampa, but he had some play. You remember that?
He's an actor.
No.
He went up to New York. That's right.
He did, and he was good, and that was a good dad. That's a good dad does that. That's a good dad.
Nah, there's plenty of Broadway shows in March.
Hey, if you paid or you're still paying the cost of a COVID-19 funeral, you may qualify for up to $9,000 in FEMA assistance. Just call 844-684-6333. A gentleman asking here, Michael asks, he says, I work in your general area. Where do you guys get that great breakfast pizza you talk about?
They used to have
We
one.
beg for breakfast pizza.
I
don't we?
love breakfast. We used to have one
Used
back
to
in
have
this
one.
building.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big
So-
breakfast pizza guy.
Oh, it's
So
delightful.
you don't like the you don't like the
I'll have a regular pizza right now,
Oh, okay.
not a breakfast.
Not
I
a
don't like
breakfast-
egg on the pizza.
So you'd
no.
rather
I like
have-
egg.
I like egg.
You guys ever had a s'mores pizza?
Not that
What?
Yes, Pizzeria
Delicious.
Vetri
Yeah,
does a
that's where I bring it
dessert
up from.
pizza.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Okay, whoa. Okay,
It's Nutella.
I don't
think.
like Nutella. I'm out. Okay.
Maybe it might be chocolate.
It's
don't
Nutella.
quote-
It's Nutella.
I'm done.
It's Nutella marshmallow.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's
Done.
phenomenal. Oh,
Not
you're
do-
fine. You can be done. I'm not,
Not
done.
doing
I'm
Nutella.
not.
I will ram that pizza.
No, I'm not doing Nutella.
I've snuck it in
Like
the
I
movies
bang a
before.
pie.
I bet you would. I'm
Yeah,
not doing
Something like
Nutella.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand you.
Now, can I ask you this? Because I tried Nutella just on a spoon, and did not like it. Was sort of repulsed. Is it supposed to be better for you than like eating peanut butter?
You know, I think it's probably like that fat-free yogurt in Seinfeld.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Second Seinfeld reference today. But yeah, is it better for like you're not losing weight?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it's
Nutella.
supposed to be better for you.
Yeah,
or not.
it's a chocolate hazelnut spread. I
didn't-
don't think it's healthy.
I didn't realize how bad my Jif peanut butter was for me until starting Copair.
Oh,
'Cause I
peanut
thought-
butter's not good?
Not the peanut butter that I eat. Jif creamy.
You got to
The
get
sugars.
the natural
You got to
crap
get
Eddie
natural
gets.
peanut butter
gotta
that
get
you
like-
have to
And
stir.
no.
And the oil
I found out the
doesn't-
heat to it, the trick to it, the hack. You'd store it upside down, and it doesn't. You don't have to stir.
Really?
Yeah.
So the oils don't.
Yep.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah. It's a
I
game
really-
changer.
I don't know whether it's
No, I don't believe you.
without the sugar. that
TikTok.
really
I'm not
gonna
on
like. Oh,
TikTok,
really?
but all this stuff gets
TikTok?
gets repurposed on Instagram, and like all these like food and kitchen hacks
Oh,
that are
Wait.
sweeping TikTok.
So
He's
what
not on
happens is
TikTok.
when you turn it back upside down, they always just go to
No,
the bottom.
no, it's
No,
great
because
it swirls.
It
and
takes a long time, Bob, to go
Yeah.
through all that gunk.
It's good.
Jamie,
Oh,
have you
man.
done this?
But it
Yeah, it
rises
works.
to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not
It
going to
can
rise
rise
to the.
through the gunk, but it can't fall through the
Yeah,
gunk.
but it takes a while for it to rise. If you open up
Yeah,
the
it takes,
natural
like,
peanut
overnight.
butter, Christina had it before. You have the natural peanut butter. If you let it sit for like 2 or 3 days, at any point, it all sort of oils up.
Right,
like,
but if you have it
But the thing
upside
is,
down,
if you have
won't
it
the
upside
gunk-
down, no, that'll be at the bottom of the container. So when you flip the container, it doesn't just come up
It
and
takes
come
a
through.
while?
No,
Yeah.
it takes a good. It's very dense.
Oh.
It's
the peanut
very
butter.
helpful.
Hey, in Cooney's Corner and more of this science guy. The Hertz question continues to be puzzlesome for Bob Cooney. Puzzlesome?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
Don't think
we'll
that's a
allow
word.
it, John.
I don't think it's
yeah,
a word.
you could have gotten away
I know
with
what
it
you
if you
meant.
said it quickly and just let it go. But now we're going to have to call you on it. So, so all this talk of Jalen Hurts, and look, we love that football season's right around the corner with OTAs and all that. It's brewing. So that's why we're hitting on it so much. But the Jalen Hurts thing, I was really going over it yesterday in my mind and thinking, this offense is really good. And we always have the caveat, and we'll see how the quarterback is. And it all depends on the quarterback. And it does. That's not a lie, and everybody that's an Eagles fan will say the exact same thing. But look at how good this offense is. I mean, you have a running game. Miles Sanders, 5.5 yards a carry is nothing to sniff at. Now, whether he's your 20-carry guy or not, who knows? Whatever. You have a backup in Kenny Gainwell. You have another backup in what's-his-face, Scott, that like him or not or whatever.
He's productive.
That's very formidable. Okay, and you have a running quarterback. So your running game, I don't even think we can talk about without saying it's excellent. Offensive line, all that. Your receiving core, we've talked endlessly about it, how good it is with the addition of A.J. Brown, how much better Dallas Goedert might be, all of those things. This offense is really good. And then we have the caveat, of course, and we'll see how the quarterback is. Okay, couldn't an established, decent NFL quarterback come in here with this offense and be good?
Yes. Yes.
So do we have to say if Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, you got to get your franchise quarterback in the draft? Really? Because just a name to throw out there, because I saw his name, and this is what spurred me to this yesterday, is because I saw Jimmy Garoppolo on the little ticker yesterday, something about he's okay, he's been excused from OTAs and all that. You bring in a decent NFL quarterback that has experience, I can't help but think that this team would still be really good offensively.
I think they'd be potentially better.
Because if you're
Potentially
looking,
better.
because if you're looking to the future, I mean, a franchise quarterback, even if you draft one next year, who's to say he's not going to be ready for 3 more years? I mean, that's logical. It's logical that you draft somebody and they're not going to be ready to fully be something for a few more years.
And they may miss the primes of your two wide receivers who are 23 and 24.
Yeah, that and Dallas Goedert and an offensive line that, while you've gotten good pieces to back up the older guys, this is as good as it's going to get for a few years. So, yeah, my wondering just being, okay, maybe you do go out and get that guy. Maybe you do go out and get a Garoppolo or somebody else that's a proven. Look, Garoppolo's a proven winner, but a guy that can play in this league because you have such a good offense that they could maybe flourish. And let's not forget, my last line last night was, and let's not forget that you did win a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. This offense might be better overall than that one. Take away the quarterback, the caveat.
It could be.
Yeah, but
I think it absolutely. In fact, I think it probably would be.
Right?
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo could step in and get more with that talent. He's already shown he can do that,
but barely. I mean, like
barely.
He's at best like middle of the pack quarterback in the NFL.
I know that's my point. But this offense is not middle of the package.
Correct.
This offense is really
good.
good.
But Jalen Hurts can be middle of the package. So why would I want to do a?
What if he's not? Well, I
don't really think he's ever going to do better than middle of the package.
You think Jalen Hurts can get to 2 NFC title games and a Super Bowl and lead a Super Bowl by 10 points in the fourth quarter?
Potentially. I mean, if it's the right team, I think a lot. Jimmy G's not that great. I mean,
he's that great.
But the whole point of upgrading from Hurts eventually is that you want better than middle of the package. You want that top 10 guy. Like, that's what this is all about. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time.
But my point also is that this offense is so good that maybe a top 10 guy isn't exactly what's needed right now.
It's always needed.
Good point. Yeah, can you overcome? But how are you going to get it is my point. Like,
I don't know.
If you go all in for the draft next year and you get one of the top 3-5 quarterbacks in the draft next year, are you washing away a window of where this great offense is?
Because 23 and 24, you're saying
might be your only course.
Those are the growing pains.
It might be your only course.
Yeah.
I mean,
could be. I'm just anxious to see.
I can't wait.
If it isn't Jalen Hurts, what their exact plan is.
It's going to be. It'll be one to watch. And
Willie Asshat, I think.
Yeah. Willie.
Willie just transferred.
He got drafted out of Florida, didn't he?
Oh, he was. Yeah, 4th round pick.
Willie Asshat was out of Florida. He got drafted.
And I think he was a safety.
He was. I think he was because then they could have passed on Kyle Hamilton, drafted Asshat, and found their way into it. That secondary would have been really hitting at that point. Jamie, you had a question. I think it sort of follows up on a conversation we had yesterday regarding a players and opinions on who their manager is or coach is in the midst of a season.
Yeah, I heard some more Dombrowski yesterday. I hadn't heard over the weekend, and he talked about not consulting the players or coaches on staff.
You believe that, by the way?
No.
I don't.
Absolutely not.
I don't either.
I don't know why he seemed to want to push that. I think it's the least believable thing in the world.
I know why. General Manager Bryce Harper, he doesn't want to make it sound like Bryce is making another decision that he capitulated.
Yeah, that he doesn't want it falling on him in the clubhouse.
Right, exactly.
I mean, sure, but nobody believes you, man. I mean, it's just pretty simple.
He says he doesn't believe in the $20 pizza, so you're even.
Wow.
So
I don't know where the hell
So you're even.
If an average pizza is $13, that means pizzas are going for $9?
Jen Scordo.
Get the hell out of here.
You and Jen Scordo.
Dave Dombrowski, tell me where you get your pizzas, man.
There you go.
If he actually didn't talk to the locker room, let's live under that pretense, would that bother you?
Yes. Completely bother me.
It would bother me, too.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
And to not talk to coaches either. It seems like John Middleton gave Dave Dombrowski, at least according to him, complete say in the matter, which is good in that John Middleton's not too interfering with the day-to-day, big. I mean, that's bigger than day-to-day. That's a major decision. But it seems like John Middleton might have given Dombrowski complete control. It would be weird if he didn't talk to players to get the sense of what was going on in the locker room.
I assume that's what that off day was. Right? So they didn't fire him on the off day. They waited until Friday. And he said he called him and then texted him at 10 of 8, and then he came to the ballpark. I would assume that whole off day had to be talking to players, coaches, whatever it may be.
Polling people about, just the general mood of the locker room. If he doesn't do that.
I'd find that weird.
I got to tell you, been around a lot of teams, and I've always heard where players have had opportunities to talk to the general manager or whatever about their coach, about their manager, and find out what's going on. Just what's the pulse? Not to throw the guy under the bus, but just what's the general pulse? How you feeling right now?
Yeah. I just found
Any good boss does that, right?
I would think so.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
You having fun?
Are people responding to him? Is he falling on deaf ears? What's the word in there? How do you make the decision without talking to the players?
Yeah, I have to believe that it was because we anticipated. I remember, where were they? In Colorado, and I told you guys I had the really bad feeling that if they lost that Thursday game or Wednesday game, and they were off Thursday, that if they had lost that game, I thought he was out.
Right.
There's no way it didn't cross Dombrowski's mind. So he probably talked to a bunch of people from that point on. And then Thursday of last week was probably the final straw where he went back and said to himself, look, I'm thinking of doing this. I got to get one final pulse. I would bet my life he talked to a lot of people.
I absolutely would. And I absolutely, too, believe that, and Jamie, we talked about it yesterday, I think that what Bryce Harper said could easily have been said, and it wouldn't be throwing his manager under the bus. He could easily have just said, I love the young guys' energy. And when the young guys are in, it just energizes all of us. It gets us all excited. I don't think he had to throw Joe Girardi under the bus to throw his support behind the young guys like he did immediately after Joe Girardi left. I think you say, hey, I like seeing the young guys in here. I was a young player, and I got thrown in there, and I got my start, and it built my confidence. He could say it in so many ways to get his message across, because it appears that seems to be the stumbling block. Is that it was Joe?
He took a jab.
That it was Joe Girardi who was not wanting to play the young players.
But the last time he did that, you criticized him. The last time he did that was with Spencer Howard needs to start in
No.
New York,
He doesn't have to say. He doesn't have to say that. He can just say, "I love the energy."
There's no difference, though. I mean,
yes,
if I'm Didi Gregorius and I hear you praising the quote, the energy, I'm going,
no,
yo, dude, this Bryson Stott guy plays my position.
Pat, if he says Bryson Stott needs to be in the lineup, I got a problem with it. If he says, I love the energy of the young guys, it's fun having them around, and I think it really gives us a boost, that's completely different.
See,
You're telling the manager who to play
yeah, we
is
disagree
different.
on that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's telling the manager.
I appreciate you listening.
I appreciate you listening, too. And where do you get your pizza?
Usually Alex's in Roxborough.
He got the Bob Cooney wings last night.
There you go. He got the wings last night.
How are people getting less than $13 pizzas?
It's unbelievable. I can get him in.
You will die on this hill.
I mean, if it's a $13 pizza and it's the average, that means somebody's getting $8, $9 pizzas. Get out of here.
Your tombstone, not the pizza company, but your tombstone will read, "Here lies Jamie Lynch,
on this
the man
hill.
who paid $25 for pizza."
Not $25, unless I'm at Mango and Mango.
There was something about
it's delicious, and I don't regret it.
There was something about the Eagles' 2021 season that was eye-opening and crazy. I'll tell you about it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know my friends at College Ave Student Loans can help you out because if you're in the same boat we are, you've got a college-bound student, and you're probably dealing with a lot of excitement. You're getting ready for college, getting ready to have them buy textbooks, move into dorms this summer. But I recommend that you and your college student go to collegeav.com because they will take the stress out of paying for college with private student loans that will fit your family's budget and goals. And you do it along with your student so they understand the ramifications of what they're borrowing. A lot of people today say, I didn't realize my student loan was going to be so high. Well, you got to do it before you sign for something. You study it. They'll give you the tools and resources so you can make intelligent decisions, like their student loan calculator. It gives you an idea of what your future loan's going to look like and how you can make that loan work for you so you make an intelligent buying decision. While you're there on the site, you can enter to win the $1,000 monthly scholarship. They choose a new winner every month. Go to collegeav.com, a better student loan experience. Trust me, you're going to breathe easier. Do it with your rising college student. No purchase necessary to enter the college scholarship contest. See official rules for details when you visit collegeav.com.
The John Kincade Show.
It's about nothing. Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Patrick Fingles, owner of New Look Home Design. Trying to buy things right now is crazy. It's either unavailable or it'll take months. It's twice as much or the interest rate is double. They call it volatility, and it's everywhere. Not at New Look. We make roofing easy, and we always do it the same way. A same-day estimate, detailed measure report, 3D rendering of your home, plus line-by-line pricing so you know exactly what you're paying for. And most roofs can be installed within a week. While interest rates in the world go up, New Look holds strong at 0%. And right now, save 50% on all roofing materials. 0% plus 50% off plus a 1-week install. While you have to think about everything else that you do, you don't have to think about where to get a new roof. Call 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. NewLookHomeDesign.com. It's the same way, the easy way.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool this summer. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other weight loss program. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with bioenergetic scans, to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep the weight off. Guys, don't wait for your doctor to give you the bad news and then try to figure it out. Contact NJ Diet today. Get ahead of your health. Your weight loss can help you overcome any health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit NJDiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to NJDiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
At Wendy's, we make breakfast better. Like with our Breakfast Baconator. Better from top to bottom bun. Savory sausage patty? Better. Crispy oven-baked bacon? Better. Fresh cracked egg? Better. The Breakfast Baconator might just be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time. So you can keep settling for not better, or you can get a better breakfast from Wendy's. Tough choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Better Breakfast.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new LG laundry set with Turbo Wash 3D that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in just 29 minutes, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Shop final days ending June 8th to get an LG top or front load washer dryer set for just $778 each. Valid May 19th through June 8th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra while supplies last. See store for details.
Hey, hot dogs, sausages.
Maybe instead of using a stadium vendor to feed the office, we should have just ordered through Easy Cater.
I got nachos here. Nachos?
Yeah, right here. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was fun at first, but it is kind of disruptive.
Cheesesteak here. Who wants a cheesesteak? Over here. Coming at you.
Oh, right in the face.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Food for work on time and as ordered from over 85,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
Eagle Shows presents the Oaks Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Don't miss one of the region's largest gun shows with over 1,500 tables. Buy, sell, or trade. From guns, rifles, pistols, and ammo to military surplus, uniforms, medals, and more. The Oaks Gun Show this weekend only at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Minutes off Route 422 in Oaks, PA. Friday 1 to 7, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 4. Tickets are just $13 a day, or get a 2-day pass for $20. Get tickets at the door or online now at eagleshows.com.
The New Jersey Transit Police Department reminds you that we all need to work together to keep our transit system safe. Your attention is our most valuable asset. If you ride the train or bus, if you live or work near a station, be alert and aware of your surroundings. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT or text your report to NJTPD. New Jersey Transit urges you to help us keep our transit system safe. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT or text your report to NJTPD.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Beasley Media's Philadelphia Digital Division continues to grow, and we're looking for qualified candidates. To see the full job description and qualifications for our digital sales strategist, ad operations, and digital sales coordinator positions, go to 97.5thefanatic.com/now hiring. Positions are full-time and include benefits. Please deliver your resume and cover letter to digitalphilly@bbgi.com. Beasley Media Group, LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
'Tis catering season. Whatever the reason, make it Primo. No matter what you have planned, serve in style with Primo hoagies, made only with the highest quality meats and cheeses on our award-winning seated roll. Stop in one of over 90 locations or order online at PrimoHoagies.com. Remember, not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Whether you were a day one listener or have just joined the party, we're glad to have you here. It's the John Kincade Show. It's continuing now
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The John Kincade Show on The Fanatic, our 7 a.m. hour, is brought to you by the all-new BetParks app. Sportsbook and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. We appreciate you. Do I appreciate Denny, though, saying, hey, Chubster, you look really good.
Chubster?
I said,
wow.
He said, hey, Chubster, you look really good. He's watching on YouTube this morning. He goes, I just got to tell you, hey, Chubster, you're looking really good.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Pat,
I appreciate Denny after that.
I said, Denny, thanks a lot. And I said, Denny, why don't you send me a picture of you? Let me see a picture of you, Denny. And he goes, you're looking good, though. I said,
there
that's
you go.
nice.
Take the compliment.
No, I didn't. I said, and thanks for listening. Which is good.
All right, Chubster.
Hey,
move on.
Chubster. That was pretty good. It made me chuckle. I said, you got a smile out of me before 7 a.m., which is great. So, all right. And we've got another argument that is spun out of control that we will get into here in a moment. But
I'm in shock.
Jamie's always in shock, perpetual shock.
I don't know what world you guys live in.
Okay, in what world?
Not the bougie one you do, apparently.
Incredible. But the Birds in 2021. Do you realize the Eagles led at halftime in the least number of games of any playoff team last year? Do you realize the Eagles led at halftime in the least number of games in any playoff team in 2020? Do you realize the Eagles led at halftime least number of teams in 2019? What the Eagles did last year was monumental. In fact, like if I'm doing the math correctly, 9 years monumental. An oddity. They led at halftime 6 times last year, and they made the playoffs. 6 out of 17 games, they had a lead at halftime. And I do, even though Jonathan Gannon was my crush, I do say that the defense was more the reason than the offense that they were trailing in most of those games at halftime. They were 6-9-2 overall, leading at half 6 times, trailing at half 9 times, and twice they were tied at halftime. When they led the 6 times, though, they were up by an average of 11 points, which is strange here because the average halftime lead for teams that led at halftime last year was like 9.5 points. When they trailed the 9 times, they were down by an average of 9 points. I mean, to me, which is pretty much right on the average. I'm looking at it and going, man, when they led, the offense was clicking better than the average. And I just look at it and say that was pretty impressive that team managed to make the playoffs. It appears to be a 9-year thing for me, going over it here, that team only led 6 times at halftime and managed to make the playoffs. Usually that is a death knell. Teams that trail at halftime in the majority of their games make the playoffs, thanks to ESPN stats and information, just 30% of the time. That's a pretty good number. I mean, and it shows, I don't know, though, what does it show? And that's where I want the discussion to go. What does it show? Does it show that the Eagles' offense really got clicking in the second half? Does it show that the Eagles' defense really cleaned up their act in the second half? What does it show? Because the Eagles' defense was not impactful. It wasn't turning people over. It wasn't, well, the defense cranked it up, got a couple big turnovers. So what does it tell me? What does that number tell me?
The first thing that jumped out in my mind was when you're a running team, you wear teams down.
That's a great one.
So, while you're running the ball in the first half and you're trying to bide your time into getting into that rhythm, once you start wearing the team down with an offensive line that's really good, you do it more in the second half, and that's when things really get clicking. I don't necessarily go to halftime strategy of Nick Sirianni or Jonathan Gannon.
That was one I was going to question.
Yeah, I didn't. I never noticed it last year that we came on air and said, man, that second half adjustment was awesome. We really didn't see that. I mean, look, the thing that sticks out most about last year was they beat a lot of really bad teams.
And maybe, by your theory, they beat up a lot of teams.
I'll put that offensive line against any defensive line any day and any linebacking core. Yeah, I do believe that they wear people down.
Yeah, I think that might just say a combination of the two. I do think the defense did make some plays down the stretch. Darius Slay had a couple touchdowns here and there. The Carolina game was key, which I thought kind of the winning half of the second half of the season. There was a couple plays made there. So I think the defense stepped up situationally here and there. And then I think you just ground teams into the ground with the offensive line in the running game. So I don't think there's a clear-cut answer to that of what it says. I think it's probably a combination of the two that led to that. But, yeah, I mean, good quarterbacks just preyed on you. And that's part of it, too.
I think Bob's offensive line comment may be the best. That against bad teams, the offensive line started to wear teams down. I think that one might be the best theory.
Yeah.
Is that they leaned on him for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
They created opportunities
and
there.
That's a physical offensive line. I mean, when you're talking about a left side of Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson, those are huge. And then you have the athleticism of Jason Kelsey when another team gets tired and you see him out in the second tier of blocking. And then, of course, you still have Lane Johnson on the other side. So, I'll stick with that. I think they did wear him down a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it was Jimmy Kempski did we talked about it, 2 weeks ago maybe? That Lane Johnson was responsible for 0 sacks.
Oh, I thought was it 0 or a half?
Maybe it was a half.
1 for the whole year.
He wasn't all pro.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and the good thing is, I mean, on paper at least, they're scheduled to face a lot of bad teams.
Yeah, they are.
So,
I mean, this year's schedule is easier than last year.
Yeah,
on paper, this is an easier schedule than last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year you faced Mahomes, Herbert, a couple big-name quarterbacks. But this year you're dodging a lot.
I think the Giants will be better this year, and I think the Commodes will be better. So I think that they will be better, and I think that
New York, I still got to see it with Daniel Jones, but I do think DC will be better.
You don't think Brian Dable will get a better effort out of them or not? Well, I guess we don't know yet.
Maybe. He was wearing Jordans at his press conference the other day. That's pretty cool.
He was?
Yeah.
Does he ever not wear the cargo shorts?
I saw him in the full sweatsuit type of thing.
Oh, he's wearing the sweatsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little warm for the sweatsuit.
I don't know. I can't crown him until I see him. You know what I mean?
I'm a fan of his work, though.
Yeah, I think he was a good candidate for sure.
That was.
I wanted him here.
That was a guy that concerns me. So he was a guy you wanted.
Yeah, when they hired Sirianni.
When it was the Sirianni hire.
I wanted him.
Yeah, I said back in the day, I wanted Adam Gase over Doug Peterson, and I was banging the drum, using the national show and saying, "Please, I'm all about the Gase, We
was the Gus
had
boss.
A song. You were on the Gus boss.
Yeah. I wanted to go defense, which is pretty dumb in hindsight because it's an offensive league. I'll take defense second.
Any word on the quarterback that Doug lost yesterday? There was an injury to his backup quarterback yesterday.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
At OTAs. Because I'm just starting to wonder if there is, if there could be potentially that Howie would flip. But I don't think you can afford to flip a back. I don't think you can flip a backup quarterback when you're not sure with Jalen Hurts. You're not sure if he's going to be very, very good. And you're not sure if he's going to be very, very healthy.
No, you can't mess around with that. Gardner Minshew, look, I'm not going to sit here and say he's the answer or anything like that. But if something were to happen to Jalen Hurts, he's the perfect guy to have there right now. So, no, because you're built well enough to do some damage.
Oh, yes.
And to just throw it away to get rid of Gardner Minshew for a 4th or 5th round pick? No, I can't do that.
Hey, the New Jersey Transit Police Department is reminding you that we all need to work together to keep our transit system safe. Report suspicious activity to 888 or TIPS NJT or text your report to NJTPD and get in on that. Do you see these numbers on Maverick at the box office, Patrick?
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean,
it's his biggest domestic movie ever.
It's the biggest domestic movie, and do you believe this is a post? I know it's a great movie because I said I will trust Pat. Pat said like perfect. I said you said something like perfect the other day or something. You said something when you told me I was going to see it, and you said, "Oh, it's like Exxon."
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, if for the nostalgia factor, it's got everything you want.
It's off the charts
and
with that.
I think also I think an important factor is you don't need to see the first one.
No, and if you're
enjoy it,
and if you're a geek for like seeing how military aircraft are, and they use in real planes in this thing, and it's amazing to see the technology, the training. I think it's a perfect movie.
Yeah, somebody showed
Great
me a
movie.
video of Cruise flying, not one of those jets, but it looked like a fighter jet with one of the late night talk show hosts.
Oh, it was James Corden.
James Corden. Cruise is the real deal.
Yes, he is.
Like that's no joke at all. But I heard Egan say it was a great movie. You jumped all in when he said it. I was like, I got to hear from some other people, and they all agreed with Egan also.
I'm telling you.
All right, I got a trivia question for you, Pat. I'm kidding you. What's the first movie to gross over $100 million?
Ever? Ooh.
Yep.
Over $100 million.
What year?
I just read this weekend. If I give you the year, I think it'll give it away.
I'll go.
Scent of a Woman. No, I'm just teasing.
I don't know.
It's apt for this time of year. Let's put it that way.
I think we're going to need a ballpark
Field of
year.
Dreams?
I would say like 70 in the 70s.
Oh,
Jaws.
Jaws is correct.
Jaws.
Well,
Okay.
didn't Jaws stay in the theaters for a year?
Oh, was
Did it really?
incredible.
It may have.
Pat, it was
for like a full year.
God, I remember seeing that
Pat-
and being so scared
Pat,
when I
that's
went
summer
on.
Star
blockbuster.
Wars. Yeah.
That summer blockbuster. I think Jaws started the whole concept of the summer blockbuster movie. It was incredible, and it really was crazy.
Wait, so after not being able to name 5 Tom Cruise movies in 10 seconds, and now this, I think I have to resign as like the movie guy on the.
Well,
on the
Cruise
show.
was-
I still give it to you.
Cruz
I'm
was
out.
great in Jaws, though.
I need to resign.
His first role, he was great.
You know, yeah, right. Say what you will about him, like he is the real deal, as Jamie said. Like he does his own stunts.
He does his own.
Every single Mission Impossible movie gets delayed because he breaks something.
Yeah.
They were talking about how the physical activity that Miles Teller and the other guy who plays the hangman and everything, that they all had to go through. They all had to go through this physical training program to be able to even even get their backsides in the planes. They make them do all these things and they wanted their physiques and all that stuff to do it. And Tom Cruise was routinely beating these 20-something guys. He was routinely able to physically compete against them, do more push-ups, do more pull-ups, do more.
HGH is a hell of a drug.
It's unbelievable. Well, I'm telling you this.
German blood cycling,
He's so
whatever
young.
he's doing.
He's so young looking. Yeah, but then again, I've heard that. But Tiger Woods looks like he's 60.
Well, Tiger Woods has been through some other things too.
Aaron Rodgers
looks like he's 60. And I don't understand the other day is
No,
why
he's more of a hippie than a German blood cycling type.
no, but I think he was doing that. I thought he was up there in Canada doing that stuff too, wasn't he?
I don't
Because he
know.
looks 60 and Tom Brady looks 30.
He's doing like the butt tanning out in
That's what it is.
Idaho. you
Well,
know,
whatever's working,
in a
it's
yurt.
working for Tom. It ain't working for Aaron.
Yeah.
What's Tom Cruise's best movie?
Oof.
I'm going to tell you the.
I'm looking through the list here.
I'm going to tell you the maybe You Can't Handle the Truth, or
That's up there.
it also could be with Dustin Hoffman.
Rain Man.
With Rain Man. I think Rain Man was really,
The Outsiders is a great movie
That's
too,
another
even
too.
though he
Yeah, but
wasn't
he's not
a
the
star
lead,
in
yeah.
there.
I was
a
The
huge
Mission
fan
God,
of,
that's one of my
Minority
favorite.
Report. Huge fan.
Okay,
of that
there's
movie.
no.
The Firm, I like the book
Firm
better
was
than
a-
the movie, but
so
the
did
movie
I.
was good too.
Mission Impossibles are awesome.
I mean, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, I didn't.
You weren't a Jerry Maguire
No,
guy?
Yeah, I thought that was
There you go.
good.
It was good.
Completely,
Yeah,
John.
I did. Yeah, I don't. You do. Thanks, Pat. Hey, Mike D'Antoni and Quinn Snyder are both becoming the hot new, let's talk about these guys being available for jobs in NBA circles. Snyder exited the Jazz after 8 years and no real playoff success. Very similar to the story we've got here in town. D'Antoni would take any job that's offered to him. Any job that he's going to get offered, he's going to take. He wants one last bite at the apple. If you had the chance to hire either one of them today, or both of them, you had a chance to hire one or the other, you want them both for the Sixers to replace Doc Rivers, would you do it? Because one of them I'd consider, but neither of them would I hire. I would hire neither of them. If I had a chance today, I'd consider Quinn Snyder. I wouldn't hire him because he's had 8 years and no playoff success, so I'd have a hard time, if I was the owner of the Sixers, selling that to my fan base. And I would not consider Mike D'Antoni. Don't like his style of play. Don't think it wins in the playoffs. Don't like the no defense crap. Don't like it. But they're being talked about big time around NBA and in job openings. And, Bob, I wonder, you covered the league. I mean, if you had a chance today to say they'd be better with him than Doc Rivers. Either guy?
Look, Mike D'Antoni, there is no James Harden without Mike D'Antoni. I mean, he changed what his game was, and that was a great, great thing. Quinn Snyder is a young, up-and-coming still, even though he's been in the league 8 years, coach that I wonder...
Second time, maybe?
Yeah, a second time could be a thing. I remember when he was here and an assistant here, and I got to know him a little bit and talking to people around the league, and they exactly said, watch, he's going to be really good in this league. So his better days may be ahead of him. Do they warrant Mike D'Antoni? No. To me, that doesn't warrant saying, Doc, you're out, Mike, you're in. That doesn't warrant me. If it comes to a point of you want to make a move and Quinn Snyder's there, no problem with me taking him. Absolutely no problem whatsoever.
What would you do? Either one?
Quinn Snyder interests me. Yeah. I mean, he got a lot out of I don't want to – I mean, Rudy Gobert is an offensive nothing. Donovan Mitchell is kind of a black hole-ish. And Mike Conley's a good point guard. And they had some nice other pieces with Ingles. But, like, by no way would I have ever guessed that they would have been, like, a consistent top, like, 4 team in the West, like 4 or 5, whatever they ended up being.
And then he did nothing with it, though.
Yeah, but I think that's because of the shortcomings of the roster bare their head in the playoffs. I think he got the most out of what he could probably out there. It's not a perfectly constructed team. I mean, they do space it and shoot it, but that's what the NBA is now. So he does interest me a little bit.
Now he walked away from a job, and this isn't like I don't know why he walked away.
He aged like 25 years out there.
He aged like a president.
Yeah,
he led a very hard life before he cleaned up his act.
Yes,
and I think that caught up to him.
Those Mormons party.
Yeah, he had a much more non-Mormon existence.
Did he get after it?
Yes,
he partied.
Yeah, he really did.
I wasn't hitting up the scoop shops,
but he cleaned up his life. Cleaned up his life and got it worked out, and he's a hell of a. I've heard the same things Bob heard though, and he was absolutely he's one of those guys who gets talked about as being really, really smart, and he really worked at his game too.
Yeah, you wonder. There's an intensity level there, and I saw it when he was an assistant here and talking to him, and we all see it being the head coach of Utah. There's an intensity level there that you wonder if it's a kind of a detriment to himself in that it's hard to be that intense over 82 games plus playoffs and practices all the time in the NBA. So I wonder about that. I wonder, you brought it up to me today, if I heard anything more of why he stepped down after 8 years. I didn't. I haven't really checked around.
They're headed for divorce and roster blow up, and
and when your two main players don't get along, that's tough.
And then as soon as he leaves, Donovan Mitchell comes out with, I'm shocked, I'm distraught, I'm this, I'm that. He's just laying the groundwork to get the hell out of there. Rudy Gobert's a fine defense player, but like, who really wants him on their team? I mean, I don't want to pay him a max contract. Is anybody here?
No,
I wouldn't.
So that's a tough piece to move. So he might be looking at the landscape of the Jazz going, and I'm out.
And he is getting some blame, by the way, for the fact that his stars couldn't get along, that he didn't have a strong control of his locker room.
Well,
that he didn't take guys aside and say, this crap doesn't fly.
I mean, you could say that for a lot of superstar pairings in the NBA.
Oh, no question.
Look at Philadelphia. Look at Brooklyn.
Look at Miami. My God, they were screaming at each other on the
Yeah.
sideline, and the coach said, "What, are you going to fight me?" to one of the players.
Yeah.
Now the weird thing
The
is,
NBA
too, though,
just
is
a drama
some
league.
of them take the really the peyote approach, like with Phil Jackson. And Phil Jackson on our podcast told us, he said, "I cultivated it." He said, "I never intervened with Shaq or Kobe.
Yeah,
never once." He said, "I never intervened, and I never paid attention to it." And I'd say he said, like, I'd come in sometimes and go, "I see the a-holes were getting some more headlines in the newspaper today," and he would just not address it. And he's a grown men, fix your problems.
Yeah, that's why I say, to me, leadership. Oh, need a leader. He's a leader. To me, that's so overrated because these are adults. These are guys that are in their profession. They make more money than their bosses. Sometimes you just have to, most times, in my opinion, you just have to let them be and let them figure it out because it's their job to lose. And, however they go is the way it's going to go. I don't know if they're going to, when you have guys that are, and look, these guys have all been the best at whatever level they played.
Exactly.
They're not going to be followers. So you're talking about need a leader. Okay, well, then you need 11 followers also. And I don't know if you're going to get that.
One of the craziest stories that I think has hit the sports world in a long time is coming out of the world of golf. And it's got ramifications that are huge and big names involved and some really, really strange questions. We're going to talk about that coming up. Plus, our discussion of pizza yesterday morphed into another discussion, and Jamie, again, is just baffled at how other people live, how the other half lives. And Adam Schefter will join us today at 8:10. So it's going to be a special Tuesday visit from Adam Schefter. We've got so much going on today. We love that you're a part of it. Those of you who are streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app all day long, we appreciate it, hanging out through Cuz Radio and then being with the afternoon show and having some fun with them. We love you. Those on the YouTube channel, thanks so much for being a part of things. It's the John Kincade Show. Have a great morning, everybody, and stay with us here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's a crazy real estate market. And a lot of people are doing renovations to their homes because they've got more home equity to try to make them more updated and livable. So they're updating kitchens and bathrooms. Have you ever upgraded your hot water heater? Because if you buy the new fancy shower or dishwasher, you redo your bathroom or your kitchen, and you got spotty, unreliable hot water, that's a big miss. Bradford White water heaters are the answer. They're built to be the best. We're talking top efficiency, years of reliable performance, and I can tell you that a Bradford White water heater in your home is going to make a big difference as it does when the hot water hits my back every morning. Do a smart upgrade. Get the hot water that you and your family deserve. If you're looking for high-efficiency gas, they got them. Electric, tankless models, and more. Visit BradfordWhite.com today, and you can learn more about their quality water heating products, and you can find a plumbing professional near you that will install them so you get peak efficiency. Go to BradfordWhite.com today and change it all up. How you heat your hot water, it matters. So choose the best. Choose Bradford White.
The John Kincade Show.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. It's coming. Stay tuned to The Fanatic for details.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Rob Jenners, and I am a graduate of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, which is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I've been living my dream doing sports radio for about 20 years now, and CSB trains you in all levels of media, broadcast, digital, TV, radio, podcasting, and even includes job placement assistance. Learn from expert instructors like me in just about 8 to 16 weeks. We're not talking about months or years, and it's all VA approved. Find a campus near you. Visit GoCSB.com.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I'm Taylor Morgan, a proud CSB grad. The instruction from true media pros and the connections that I made spawned a career that's lasted more than 30 years. What you can learn in just 2 to 4 months at CSB Media Arts Center can set you on a whole new path. Train on site or online with classes in radio, TV, podcasting, video, all that is media. There's a campus in nearby Cherry Hill. Get your start. Visit GoCSB.com.
At T-Mobile, we believe customers should get more. And with Magenta Max, our most popular plan ever, that's exactly what you get. On Max, you get more premium data than our standard plans. That's right, unlimited premium data, so you can stay connected to what matters most. And now, with Magenta Max, you get even more savings than before. Families on Max can get 5G home internet for just $30 a month. You heard right, just $30 for reliable 5G home internet. That means Max customers save $20 a month. And you get all this on the network with more 5G bars in more places than anyone else. At T-Mobile, you get more with Magenta Max. More premium data and more savings on 5G home internet. Head to your local T-Mobile store and make the switch today.
T-Mobile is America's largest 5G network. Capable device required. 5G home internet availability limited. 4G options also available. Qualified accounts include regulatory fees and price. $5 more a month without autopay. See details at T-Mobile.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Wendy's, we make breakfast better. Like with our Breakfast Baconator. Better from top to bottom bun. Savory sausage patty? Better. Crispy oven-baked bacon? Better. Fresh cracked egg? Better. The Breakfast Baconator might just be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time. So you can keep settling for not better, or you can get a better breakfast from Wendy's. Tough choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Better Breakfast. At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hey, hot dogs, sausages.
Maybe instead of using a stadium vendor to feed the office, we should have just ordered through EasyCater.
I got nachos here. Nachos?
Yeah, right here. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was fun at first, but it is kind of disruptive.
Cheesesteak here. Who wants a cheesesteak? Over here. Coming at you.
Oh, right in the face.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but EasyCater just does. Food for work on time and as ordered from over 85,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
You know, if you're the parent of a college-bound student like I am, you're feeling very mixed emotions right now. I'm a couple weeks out to graduation. You're feeling joyful and proud, but you're also a little stressed. The reality of that upcoming college tuition bill is upon you. So take my advice. Relieve the stress. Visit College Ave Student Loans. Try their easy-to-use student loan calculator, and you're going to see how a future loan can work for you and your budget. So do it now with your student. Go to collegeav.com. Take paying for college off of your to-do list. It's a better student loan experience. Trust me, you're going to breathe a lot easier. Visit collegeav.com.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square. Because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, if you're looking for help with low testosterone or ED, call Dr. Avidan Appel at Iron Mountain Men's Health. He and his team provide men of every age with tailored programs to treat sexual health. Maybe you've tried pills and they didn't work, because oftentimes those pills, they only work less than 35% of the time. At Iron Mountain Men's Health, you meet with a physician who will take proper care in making sure you receive the right treatment. Some patients even experience results after just their first visit. The sooner you decide to make a call, the better. You'll get your game back on if you make that call. Call Iron Mountain Men's Health for a free consultation today. They offer financing for qualified patients and telehealth appointments for your convenience. So call 215-659-3770. That's 215-659-3770. Or make your appointment online at ironmountainmenshealth.com and tell them Bob Cooney sent you.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Thanks so much for hanging out with the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know, if you got problems with your building's water and wastewater pump system, visit pumpmanphilly.com. Pump Man Philly.
Yeah, your mic needs to be on for that, Bob.
I can't do it again.
The guys to know to fix your flow. He will lose his voice if he does that one again. That would be absolutely incredible.
Pat's Pump Man compilation the other day.
No, it wasn't.
No, that was
all
the
Chevy.
Oh, that was Chevy. That's right. Yeah, Chevy. Great job.
Heavy Chevy.
That was funny.
Back there.
Heavy Chevy with the great work.
Did that on his own. Said, you know what? I'm going to earn my paycheck today.
You know what he does? He has that Newman mentality. Hello, Newman. He's got that Newman mentality.
Maybe one day I'll get that.
He could do that if they would say, Heavy Chevy, making the John Kincade Show more interesting and creative every morning. You know what he said? Hello, Newman. And that could be the ad campaign.
For a while, it was the new you.
Was that what it was? The new you?
Yeah, because they went, when I started there was Newman College, and then sophomore year they switched to university, so it was like the new you.
By the way, the scouting report is already in, as the father of an 18-year-old, that guys up here hit on girls much more than in the South, like exponentially more.
I saw a guy at PNC Bank pick up the teller.
You said that the other day.
Yeah, people are shooting their shot these days.
Olivia goes, Dad, the guys here are so, like, they're just forward. They're friendly. They come up. They start conversations with you. I'm telling you, the mama's boys of the South, they don't. They literally are like, so, what's your snap? She says, like, a guy will come up to you and say, what's your snap? Instead of saying, hello, hi, my name's Joe. Can I meet you? She's like, the guys up here, they're very forward. They come up and they say hello, start a conversation with you. She's like, this is where, and I said, that's how guys are supposed to be, honey. They're not supposed to say, hey, what's your snap? Well, what's your name, dork? Hey, Phil Mickelson has shown his true colors. And I've always followed the stories of Phil Mickelson behind the scenes. But the lack of public support from his peers is speaking volumes. He releases a statement yesterday. Now he's decided to do what everyone thought might be his resolution. He's joining the new Live Golf League and will only play in the majors if he's invited to play in them now. His statement, though, I can't understand. Well, first off, I can't understand half of what's come out of his mouth in the past year. I can't understand mocking and joking about terrorists and murderers of children and thinking that that's something you just be like, oh, these people are really mean, man. These people, you don't mess with them, man. I can't imagine going into business with people like this. And to me, Phil Mickelson now, you've heard about his gambling over the years and everything. He could need a little bolster in his economy. But to me, I think this is a fall from grace because for many in this country, he was considered a darling. And he's choosing to just sort of laugh off who he's going to be taking money from. And I'm shocked, Bob. I'm absolutely shocked that this is where Mickelson's career ended up. I never would have guessed it.
Yeah, I mean, in sports, say if there was a new football league that was formed and you could get paid more money and go there. And we saw it back in the day. We saw the USFL previously where Herschel Walker, where Steve Young, they could go there, go into a worse league, which wasn't the NFL, and make really good money before they finally did come over to the NFL. Like, when is enough for these guys? Like Phil Mickelson, let me just read you off on here. Phil Mickelson, just in career earnings, has made $95 million. That's just career earnings. That counts nothing.
He's made more in endorsements.
Towards endorsement. Exactly. So with endorsements and all that stuff, look what the PGA gave him. And that's what a lot of the players said about it when he mentioned it before. Like, why are you crapping on the PGA? They've given you nothing but greatness, nothing but they're there for you the whole time. Look at these guys. There's 24 guys currently playing, excuse me, that have made over $40 million in career earnings. And a lot of those guys are still playing.
And by the way, every one of them should send a little thank you note to Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Every single stinking one of them.
Tiger Woods has made over $121 million, and this is just in career winnings.
And Tiger made all of them probably 30 to 40% more than they ever would have made. Because I just don't understand it, why you'd get into business with these people. And why you'd think that this was, now Ricky Fowler's done it.
Yeah, so Phil doesn't shock me as much as Dustin Johnson shocks me. I know he's rumored to get $125 million, but he's a guy in the prime of his career that's won majors that, was a habitual top 5 player in the world here. He can make a ton of money, but that one shocked me.
I'm shocked
he's
at
already
Dustin.
made a ton of money.
Yeah,
too.
like he's already made a ton.
He's third all-time in career earnings at $74 million.
Isn't that incredible?
And he's young. Like he has another 20 years on tour of still make. He's going to be a billionaire by the time he's done.
Aren't you surprised too with Ricky Fowler?
Him, I view as almost like I can't win. I'm going to go hide and hopefully find my love of the game again or something. I think
but
he wants.
Might never be welcomed back. I mean, these guys may not be in any PGA events if they hold true to what they're now. The majors will make a decision about whether these guys are invited back. Every major gets to make their own choice.
They'll want them because now it's salacious in a newsline.
But my guess is Masters will not.
Probably not because they like to sniff themselves and
they do.
And
they're patrons. They're not fans.
Yeah,
they're patrons, Jamie.
Yeah,
you don't say fans and you don't say crowd. You say patrons.
I mean, there's some big names too. It's like Oosthuizen, Kevin Na, a couple other
Kevin
like
Na,
Brendan Grace. Like
Kevin Na literally retired though in his letter.
Yeah,
I think he retired from the PGA Tour and said, "I'm done."
Yeah, and you're cutting ties with all these guys that, and maybe people look at it and say, what difference does it make that Phil Mickelson no longer is going to be admired by a Rory McIlroy or any guys that are speaking out about it? I don't know. It is weird to me. I never heard stories. Put it this way. I never heard stories before from golfers about being mistreated by the PGA.
No.
Until this came along. Now it's, they don't share revenue and different things. Well, you've made a good living.
I don't
know what more.
I've also never heard, Bob, people celebrating getting into bed with absolutely bad people.
Yeah.
And taking their money. Over and celebrating it and laughing it off like Phil Mickelson. And he can back it off all he wanted. He laughed about it.
Yeah.
He's like, the money spends, man. These guys, you don't mess with these MFers. These guys are just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. It is.
Pat, you're not joining the Live Tour, right? You are not?
How much are they paying?
They're
For
paying
you, they'd probably buy you a pizza.
Slightly more than Beasley. So think about it, Pat. These people are bad.
Well, I'll be able to say I'm a pro athlete.
Oh,
that was
you
always
might
a dream
do it.
of mine.
There you go. You might do that.
Well, John, I can tell you one thing. With the money they're getting, they're going to be able to afford the Father's Day gifts at Family & Company Jewelers. Father's Day is June 18th. From Citizen Marvel-themed watches to custom-made pieces of jewelry, visit their showroom on Route 70 in Marlton or online at familyjewelers.com.
Okay, I have checked, by the way, Jamie, just to confirm on our earlier discussion. I have checked with my wife. She is up this morning. And she says she doesn't even believe we have ordered out takeout food 5 times in our 20-year marriage.
That blows my mind.
She said if you don't count catering at the house.
No, I don't
where
count
we've had
that.
events.
No, that doesn't
catering.
count.
She says we have not ordered takeout food. Like if you had you have a party.
Yeah, like a graduation party.
We have big family. So I mean, like, that's huge.
You can get catering trays. That's better. That's cheaper than.
Yeah, no, just bring them on in and go, hey.
Tray or something.
And she said, no way have we have not ordered takeout food 5 times in our entire marriage.
That blows my mind.
Now, Pat, you say the same thing. You go and pick up food.
Told me 11 years at least since he's had delivery.
It's probably been since 2011.
You don't do takeout?
2012.
No, I go get it.
Why? I don't understand the draw of like. I think you are absolutely in the minority.
I disagree.
I think takeout is one of the biggest ripoffs in
well,
the
the cost of it is ridiculous.
Like Jamie lives, he said 7 to 8 minutes away from the place he goes. So he would rather pay $8 when it's all said and done and tip and fees and all of that and wait an hour for the food to get there than just drive 8 minutes to go pick it up. That to me is insane.
Part of it is the convenience of not driving.
It's convenient to be like, oh yeah, you stay with the kids. I'm gonna get a
Okay, Sunday night, for example, I'll use or Saturday night.
Okay.
We get back from the party. We pick up the girls right before dinner time. They've already been fed by my mother-in-law. We get home to the house, start putting the girls down. As soon as we got home, we ordered delivery. It's there as soon as we're done putting the girls to sleep. We don't have to cook. We don't have to prepare. It's just at our doorstep.
Why didn't you?
That's worth the $7 or $8 in that instance.
You could have called as you were leaving and done pickup and saved
and
$8.
then delayed, 15 minutes out of the way.
But you're getting the food fresher. Absolutely getting it fresher when they take it.
Have you guys gotten Chinese delivery? It's there in 20 minutes and it's piping hot.
They complete the order. They hand it to you. You bring it. They don't bring. Jamie,
what does Chinese have to do with it?
On a show of one of four, I'm the weird one getting delivery.
I think Coach agrees with you.
This is.
Now, wait a minute.
We're living in Looney Tunes.
Congratulations.
Other than hot dogs.
I think Coach agrees with you.
Coach, congratulations.
Coach,
yes, you are
I
the
stand with Coach.
Coach, you want to give Jamie a little support on this one?
Yeah,
Please.
absolutely. When I ordered from the Chinese food place down the street, and it's there in 3 minutes, and
3 minutes is crap.
Okay,
the turnaround time is pretty impressive.
Just like Jamie just said, I'll be driving home from like soccer practice or something with Cam. I'll order from my car, and it's on my front porch when I get home.
You know that there is the delivery. They do not send out one order at a time delivery.
Yeah, they have hot boxes.
So
and
it's
things.
on your porch when you get home. Food
is on your porch.
Yes.
That you don't know who else has come and touched it, done anything to it. But
why do you
food
think people
is
are
on
licking your
porch.
burgers?
Not to mention, you don't
I
believe
don't know.
people
I know
go
they're
through-
not when I see it come out of the oven and go right into my hands.
Did you see there's something that was just on, I bet you we can find it on social media, the amount of Grubhub drivers and stuff like that have said, have you ever touched people's food? And I think it was like 70% have said, yeah, they've grabbed fries, they've
So
done
most
stuff.
of the
Most of them are
bags
sealed.
stapled shut.
Yeah, most of them are sealed these days.
They're sealing them up now?
Yeah, because of this exact thing.
My
I can't
friends-
believe you guys are trying to make me feel like the weird one for getting
You are.
delivery.
Except
Not
you
even
are
close.
weird. Yes, you are.
All right, you put up a poll question.
All right,
How's
so-
it going?
More people said that they get delivery pizza these days. But like Pat says, I have
more people.
62% to 38%. You're getting almost 2-to-1 ratio.
I just don't believe that people are picking up food
But you're
all
not
the time.
believing this?
Dude,
He says he hasn't done it in 11 years. He goes, but my wife will get delivery.
She will. And
Then you get delivery.
And I tell her, no. How, wait. Because
Well, you guys
she
eat
gets
separate
delivery?
meals?
Yes, usually.
Oh, my
If
God.
they're eating at
we have
different
different
times.
weird.
They have different schedules.
Yeah.
He's doing hockey.
But-
he's
So
doing
you've never eaten anything that your wife's had delivered to
No.
the house? You bull.
Okay. Here's my problem with you.
Bull.
Here's my problem. Anytime recently if someone tells you something that you don't believe, you just go, yeah, you're lying.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
But
I called
I'm
Dylan out on it, and he tried to
telling
prove the
you-
point, and he was wrong.
I'm flat out telling you that I don't eat
believe
her
you.
food when she gets delivered, and you don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Then fine.
I'm
going
gonna reach out to her.
Like, what are you talking
So you're
about,
saying
man?
Pat's a liar?
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Wow.
That is, it's obvious.
I will reach out to his wife and confirm this. And if she confirms it, then okay, Pat's
You're
not a
gonna
liar.
reach out.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out.
No, because we've already established.
send her a nice little telegram.
We've already established
Drop the flowers
that
off.
if she says no, he doesn't agree, you'll go, oh, that's not true. No, he does.
No, if she says it, I'll
Like, you're
believe it.
stuck in your ways now.
He didn't believe the regional director for Slice
That's not
as to
true.
what the cost of pizza is. They have it wrong.
Their
They
entire
do.
business is
Yes,
pizza, but he
exactly.
doesn't believe them because
$13
it doesn't
pizzas.
fit
Get outta
his
here.
stupid narrative.
Get out of here, $13 pizzas.
Now that your high school seniors committed to their college, you got to go to collegeav.com to figure out how you're going to pay for it. Help relieve the stress of how you pay for college. Go to collegeav.com, breathe easier, and then you won't have to worry about somebody else paying for it later. You can
You know
take
when
care
I
of
breathe
business.
easier? When I get delicious delivery right to my front doorstep.
Ooh, in that sweaty box.
Yeah, it's
in the
good.
sweaty box, you open up and all the wetness in there and everything.
No, we got
That's
Shake
good.
Shack delivered on Saturday. It
Ooh.
was delightful.
Hey, in the linchpin, Jamie said the Eagles are down this year.
This is the Linchpin.
Yeah, John, you weren't with us back in the day when I first started my old man yelling at the clouds routine about this, but every year it comes up, and every year I get a little more and more saddened each time by it. So as soon as I left Lehigh and went to NovaCare for training camp, I went, all right, I understand it. Players are more comfortable. They're in their home.
Okay, right.
Yeah, like I get that. I assumed they were going to open up more and more to the public. NovaCare, that was. And it's kind of, I would say, look, I've gotten down there because I have credentials. I've never gotten down there because somebody's been like, hey, I have an extra ticket. You want to go? It's still like a scarce ticket to come by. A lot of it's client relationship stuff. So, it's not like an easy access thing. It started out, they started doing 2. They might have originally started with 3. I'd have to check that out back in the day of the open practices at the link. And then it went to 2. And now it's down to 1.
That's incredible.
Now, some of my fondest, and this is no BS, my fondest memories of Eagles fandom was driving up to Lehigh with my dad and my sister and going up for the morning practice, going out, getting a bite to eat, going back for the afternoon practice and taking off. Those were awesome. And this generation of Eagles fans growing up now is going to miss, they don't have that.
Nope.
A public practice isn't training camp. It isn't what you used to see. And I just think it's sad that it's where it is now. I think they've lost what it means to people in all of this. Yeah, it's more convenient for the players. I understand that, and I'm for that.
Why is it more convenient?
They get to sleep in their own beds.
And but restricting access? Why can't you have fans?
They don't have to.
They don't have to sign autographs. They don't
pictures.
have to. Yeah, do all that
damn
stuff.
shame.
That's
a damn shame.
But it just makes me sad that there's only one open practice and most people don't get access to the training camp. It's before we know it, it's going to be no public practices and no access to the NovaCare, and it just sucks.
Yeah, and a lot of people. It's funny because I used to go up to training camp a lot when I was working at the Daily News and do stories on that. A lot of the people would tell me that, I can't afford to go to the shore for a week. This is our vacation.
And they go to training camp, right?
Yeah, to take days off and go to a free training camp and be able to watch the players and make a day of it. It is. It's a crying shame because it just divides further the relationship between fans and players. And football can afford to do it because they're not going to lose anything by it. But it is a shame for the fans.
It's disappointing. Yeah, that stinks. I already put it on my calendar. I went last year to the Sunday night, the first public practice. I got to tell you, it was the least I've ever gotten out of going to a training camp event in my life.
Let me tell you this. I have less than any interest in attending a public practice at the link. That feels just stale.
And it was
manufactured. At least at training camp, you were watching. You felt like you were getting an inside look. Right. At the public practice at the link, you feel like you're getting a rehearsal for fans.
And that's what it was.
You know what I mean?
That's the way it looked.
Like you lost the connection to training camp.
I wonder. So I was at the link one time when they had practice there. One of these practices that you're talking about. And I was standing on the sideline talking to one of the assistants, and actually one of the trainers. And just as I'm talking about him, Sean Bradley, was that his name? Bradley, 55, the linebacker? Stuart Bradley, I'm sorry.
Hey, straight up his knee.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
And it was like, and the guy I was standing with, Rick Burkholder, was like, oh no. And just ran out onto the field. I wonder, and it was an innocuous, just running around doing really nothing type of thing. I wonder if the so-called embarrassment of that is something that they look to avoid.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I think they hate the opening practice because it is a dress rehearsal.
Yeah, it's not even a real practice.
But it's a dress rehearsal where guys can get injured.
Well, then why wouldn't they just let people see their practices?
Because
have it be
the day and age of technology. I mean, there'd be teams that would sneak in some guy to film the whole thing, and
you can do that at other camps.
No, but a lot of teams do.
The Eagles have
like 8 open practices, 6 open practices.
The Eagles have the least in the league. I'm pretty sure of it.
Hey, now. Hey, call now, and you're going to win a $50 gift card for Swedesboro Brewing, whose creative expertise and scientific acumen ensure that they produce exceptional session beers that are steeped in tradition and tell a story. Join Bob Cooney at the Fanatic Beers with Bob tent this Saturday from noon to 2 at the Gloucester County Summer Kickoff at James G. Atkinson Park in Sewell, New Jersey. You're going to get live music. Bob is not singing. Shopping, craft beer tastings in partnership with Visit South Jersey. For more information, visit gloucestercountynj.gov. And a $50 gift card for Swedesboro Brewing is available for you at 215-263-0975. That sounds like a tasty item to use an Anthony Gargano. Swedesboro Brewing. Bob, I think it's so smart that the state of New Jersey has finally realized partnering with Bob Cooney is the move because Bob is tied to every single resident in some way.
I know some people over there.
A lot of connections.
Yeah. There's a 6 degree factor. No question about it. You've been a part of it a little bit.
Yes.
You've seen it.
I love to
and
do it at
personal.
our events.
You do.
I love to say, wait a minute, you're from Jersey? All right, let's do you from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. You try to do the Bob Cooney 6 degrees, and we always can get it.
Yeah. Pretty much. I think we always can. Anything south of Trenton, we're pretty good. Yep.
Yeah, but somebody
you can do it, James.
You've met somebody.
I grew up near Trenton, so
and now that
maybe I can handle up there.
Yeah, there you go. And now that my wings are on the menu at
PJ's,
at PJ Wellahan's, it's
I'm due for a PJ's takeout order.
Far and wide. I'm due for a lunch with my friends.
Of course you are, Bob. It's probably been like 6 days
lately.
Doc tells me he's up this morning listening to the show. Glad my brother could.
Doc seems like a delivery guy.
I don't believe so. I think he's a pickup.
What the hell's going on out here in the world?
Doc's a
Nobody
pickup
gets
guy.
delivery anymore?
No, Doc is. I think the Bob Cooney wings. Now that he knows that they're out there, I think bacon covered wings may get Doc into.
Way to go, Doc.
He's near PJ's in Newtown Square.
I'll tell you what, Doc. The first round's on me.
Roll right on over there. I'm playing golf with golf with Doc on Sunday. See, it's great is you get the wife who really doesn't mind you being out of the house. She's like, oh yes, play golf. You want to go play golf? There's plenty of stuff I have to do, so go play golf. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm playing golf with my son on Thursday.
See, that is absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
I hope he beats your ass.
Guess who won the gift card?
I don't mind if he does.
Guess who won the gift card? Foul mouth Nelson.
Oh, yeah?
Nelson, fantastic.
Way to go, Nelson.
And you know what he said? That
He
was
is
an
foul-mouthed,
effing. He
isn't
said
he?
that's an effing great prize, man.
I'm starting to worry. Nelson's our only listener.
It's going to be an effing great weekend. Great job, Nelson. You're effing great, Nelson. We love you. We absolutely love you.
We had fun with him in Vegas.
Oh my gosh, and his bride.
I love how she just sat there and let him do his thing.
She really, I think she was very happy for him.
Yeah, she was.
To get to experience the trip and get to experience all that.
She was also very happy to leave us.
I think she was ready too when they went and got to do other things.
Yeah, you can tell that the fandom that Nelson has for the show is it's not
doesn't
shared
really
in the household,
but
we appreciate him listening.
But she was amazing, and we appreciate it. Adam Schefter comes up around 10 minutes past the next hour, so you'll have your opportunity there. So, but I want to tell you, we got lots coming up other than that, too, including the Phillies can't do this if you want us to be believers. The second half of the John Kincade Show comes your way next, right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. 7 weeks, 49 days of work yielded an 18-pound weight loss for me on Copair. I had my meeting yesterday, my virtual coaching session yesterday with Vance, and we're talking about next week when I'm approaching the 20-pound mark, where he says it's time to start to confront some of your demons. We need to loosen up a little bit. You need to show that you have the common sense and the ability to reintroduce some things. He's a great help to me, and he's taken a lot of the stress out of it. I told him yesterday, I'm more concerned about after I hit my target weight loss than I am getting to my target weight loss, which now is just 10 pounds away. I love Copair. I think you will too. And right now, June is Men's Month. So with Father's Day here, I want you to celebrate because Copair is ready for you. You can give the gift to your wife of being in better shape. You can give the gift to yourself so you get in better shape. Go to copairhealth.com, COPAREhealth.com. I'm telling you, it is easy to follow, but it's not easy. You got to work at it. But the results, if you told me 50 days ago I'd be down 18 pounds, I wouldn't have believed it. And I'm feeling it today. Go to Copair Health, COPAREhealth.com. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
At your local Xfinity store, our Switch Squad makes switching to Xfinity Mobile easy. They'll help break up with your current carrier for you and transfer all your data to your new phone in a snap. Ready to save? With Xfinity Mobile, you can save hundreds a year on your wireless bill. That's right, hundreds of dollars. All on the most reliable network? Sure thing. And with fast nationwide 5G included at no extra cost, we've got you covered. Now through June 27th, switch to Xfinity Mobile and get $250 off a new eligible 5G phone on the most reliable 5G network. Come see how our Switch Squad can help you switch and save at your nearest Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply, based on weighted average of consumer reported savings compared to current charges for top 3 carriers. Xfinity Internet required. Most reliable based on results from Root Metrics US report. Results vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Do you need a new roof, but you're cringing at the thought of dealing with it because you've heard nightmare stories about contractors who won't call back, or materials that are unavailable, or costs that are doubled because of supply chain issues? Take it from me. You have to call New Look Home Design. They will help you through the process and make shopping for a new roof easy. They always do roofing the same way. Same day on-site or virtual estimates, whatever's best for you. Transparent line-by-line pricing, so you know exactly what you'll be paying for, and a 3D rendering of what your new roof would look like, so there's no surprises. And most roofs, they can be installed in a week. Their team is 100% professional. There's no obligation to buy, but I am confident that after you deal with them, you'll want to give them your business. Now through June 30th, when you buy a new roof, you pay half later and the other half never. Save 50% on roofing materials and qualify for interest-free financing. So call them today at 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300, or online at newlookhomedesign.com. That's nulookhomdesign.com, and tell them Andrew sent you.
And now an update on what some analysts and reporters are calling the Great Resignation and the upside of it all. As many as 44% of workers are leaving their 9-to-5s behind and looking for life hacks to make up the difference in income as they pursue other jobs. And as that number grows, so have downloads of an app called Upside. It's a free app for cash back on gas, groceries, and at restaurants. Can an app like Upside really make a difference? You bet. With Upside, users can earn an average of $96 a year. And it works at all the big gas brands like Shell, BP, Valero, Phillips 66, Circle K, etc. And at favorite local grocers and restaurants. Everyone's got to drive and eat, right? If you want to get in on this life hack, we have a promo code for you. Head to the App Store or Google Play and download Upside. Enter code GROW to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use code GROW. Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end. You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new LG laundry set with Turbo Wash 3D that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in just 29 minutes, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Shop final days ending June 8th to get an LG top or front load washer dryer set for just $778 each. Valid May 19th through June 8th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra while supplies last. See store for details.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Wait, every time you wake up is the same day? That's terrible.
Don't worry, I call Progressive. Their 24/7 protection still works even if my day does last forever.
Yeah, but don't you want it to end?
Are you kidding? I win the lottery whenever I want and never regret anything. It's the best.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Beasley Media's Philadelphia digital division continues to grow, and we're looking for qualified candidates. To see the full job description and qualifications for our digital sales strategist, ad operations, and digital sales coordinator positions, go to 97.5thefanatic.com/now hiring. Positions are full-time and include benefits. Please deliver your resume and cover letter to digitalphilly@bbgi.com. Beasley Media Group, LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you kidding? No payments until fall at Stars and Stripes Harley on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until fall on any new Harley at Stars and Stripes Harley now through Sunday.
No payments for 120 days with approved credit.
Get a free AC check and vehicle safety inspection at Meineke before you hit the road this summer. Or you could spend your family vacation in the hot seat. For tires, brakes, alignments, batteries, exhaust, and more, trust Meineke. Celebrating 50 years of doing car care right.
Hey guys, the NBA Finals, they're here, and so is your chance to score big on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. During the NBA Finals, new customers get $200 in free bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Bet the money line, point spreads, player props, and a whole lot more. Combine bets for a bigger payday with a same-game parlay. Now tonight, Boston's giving 3.5 to Golden State. Kind of like Boston tonight. And you also want to double up on some things. Look at players. For instance, you can go Al Horford to make 2 or more three-pointers. You combine that with a Boston win, boom, there's your parlay. It's so much fun to do. So sign up with promo code Bob. Are you new to FanDuel? Well, now's the perfect time to join. Watch the games and cash in on all the action. Join with promo code Bob. Turn a $5 bet into $200 in free bets. Win or lose. Make every game feel like Game 7. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Our 8 a.m. hour is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. It is a Tuesday. It is not a Wednesday. But Adam Schefter will join us in just a few moments. Maybe Adam's taking some time off.
Does he do that?
Yeah, remember he says he doesn't?
Yeah.
He doesn't like vacation. I can't imagine.
Because of their pets, not because I think he said he can't unwind.
Yeah, but I can't imagine. What do you mean your pets?
He said they won't board their pets, and they have like 4 dogs. His wife refuses to board them, so that whenever they vacation,
you can't have a house sitter.
Staycation,
a dog sitter.
You'll have to ask him. But I think I remember him saying that the dogs are the big reason they don't go away.
No, Jamie's right. Yeah, it was
the dogs. I remember the dogs, but I love travel.
Oh, I think it's the best thing you can do in the world.
I think it really just makes you.
It's unfortunate. It's very expensive.
Yeah, it makes you smile, but the you can't have a dog sitter. Somebody come to your house. I mean, aren't there people who do that?
Yeah.
They
have 4 dogs, though?
I think something
big
like that.
dogs. Yeah, they're
the
biggies
latest
too.
one's Brady.
Yeah.
Brady. I don't like that one.
There was Giselle put a weird video of him in his underwear trying to hawk some new Brady gear yesterday. I didn't really need to see that.
Tom Brady in his underwear. Yeah,
at the sink, brushing his teeth or something. I was like,
and it was
all right.
And they tried to make it like Tom's being caught off guard.
Yeah,
Does he wear tighty whities? What kind of
They were boxer brief white ones. Yeah,
boxer brief white ones.
I'll give him that.
He is.
It was strange.
It's a strange thing, and I love though when they're like, "Oh, you're catching me off guard, Giselle."
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, isn't this shocking? Yeah. Oh, stop
Look at me
it.
in my new Brady boxers.
I'm in my Brady underwear. Yes. Hey, the 8 a.m. hour is Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. If the Phillies want to make us a believer, I think the thing about goodwill in life is that it's very fleeting. You can do something good for people. You can do something good at work. You can do something good in business. And then if your next thing is a giant misstep, all the goodwill is lost. The Phillies have a huge wave of excitement that they're going to ride right now. And they end up in Milwaukee. But the Brewers are a considerable roadblock. And I know it's a loser's mentality to say don't get swept. But I'll say it right now. Don't get swept. If you compete in the 3 games, you battle hard, you come home 1-2, I'm perfectly fine for it. Because I believe you've shown enough pulse and enough life that just being competitive against a team like Milwaukee and showing you can hang with them would be enough for me to be able to say, I feel good about this team going forward. And I know, Bob, I say it because to me, I can't shake the fact that it is a loser's mentality to say don't get swept. It is a loser's mentality.
It is, and I it's like when you're coaching, John. I don't know if you were. I was taught this when I coached. You never send the guys out on the floor, on the ice in your case, without a positive thought being the last thing you said.
Oh yes.
So like if I'm coaching and we have foul shots coming up or something, I'll go over first what we're going to do if you miss the foul shots. And then I'll finish it saying, but when you make the foul shots, this is what we'll do. Because you want to leave them with a positive thought. I want these Phillies to have a positive thought. As a fan, as a watcher, a follower, I want positive thoughts. My positive thought is you're going to take 2 out of 3. It's not don't get swept. It's you're going to take 2 out of 3.
It certainly could work out that way.
Sure. Look for the sweep. What the hell? Now, Ranger Suarez hasn't been pitching well lately, so tonight might be another. Hey, it might be another 9-7 game if he doesn't come up, with a decent effort. But guess what? They proved to themselves this weekend they can win those games.
That's Richie. That's Ricky Batalico on Thursday morning. It's too early to judge our preseason predictions and everything, but it seems like people were wildly off on Ranger Suarez. That he had arrived. I was anxious about him. It's got to get a lot better. It's got to get much better if he's going to be a legit back end of the rotation guy. He hasn't been terrible. If you look at the numbers.
He's been battling. He's thrown a lot of pitches in those games.
And that's something
you need to work on.
That's early for his career.
But look, if this is the downtrend of him and he's battling as well as he is, I guess you can spin that into a positive, right?
But he could be a back end of the rotation guy for a long time.
Yeah, and Gibson's been really good. For what he is, you don't expect a true number 2.
I think it's better last year, though.
Yeah, he's a number 3 or a number 4.
Right, exactly.
That's
he's
a good
a middle
situation.
Of the rotation guy.
Yeah, so, look, Burns is going on Thursday, and getaway day game. I hate to say I kind of chalked that up as a loss already, but I kind of chalked that up as a loss.
You're sounding like a bigger loser than me.
So, I just take the first 2.
Split the first 2.
And then at least Thursday's not as pressure-laden.
Pat, you like to call Jamie and I losers frequently. I mean, is that a loser's mentality? Say, just don't get swept. Compete, show that you're playing good ball, don't get swept, and then come home and take advantage of the schedule getting a lot easier.
Yeah, it's not something that I want them even thinking about in the locker room, but it's the mindset that I kind of have going into this series, but I'm not on the field. I want the team going in there with a lot of swag and arrogance and believing that it's not a fluke of what we saw over the weekend. Now, me, on the sideline, I'm sitting there going, all right, just show me that you got some fight. Keep the games close because they're facing a team that I think is going to win the World Series in Milwaukee this week. So
you do
look at you with the early.
Yeah,
that's a little bold and beautiful.
I love Milwaukee this year.
Wow.
So if they don't get swept, yeah, I'm good. But it also depends on how the games play out. If they don't get swept because they win one game and the other 2 games they get rocked, it changes. It kind of changes your mood a little bit.
Hey, the Giant is hiring non-CDL drivers for Giant Direct. Based on experience, earn up to $21 per hour plus tips. Giant offers flexible scheduling, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at giantfoodstores.com. So that brings me to a question there when I see Giant Food Stores and people getting delivery from Giant. So, Jamie.
Yeah, there's Giant.
Do you also here, this might be part of the theory. Do you get your groceries delivered?
Not normally. Here and there, like in a blue moon if we're busy and can't make it and it's just convenient. I'd say we do it once every 6 months, 5 months.
Christina gets a ton of stuff delivered from Amazon. If she can get stuff on Amazon, she will get it delivered.
I like to try and go to my local True Value or something that's mom and pop owned rather than do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the convenience of Amazon's incredible.
I just got something delivered to me from Amazon yesterday. If you can guess, I didn't order it, but I told Donna to order it, so I'm kind of getting there. If you can guess what field it may be in, I'll buy Doc lunch.
Okay, it will be in the Doc's really wants the lunch too.
Ooh, we
sent him with so many leftovers from Tekka the other day. I think he's going to be eating leftovers till Christmas. I'm going to guess that it is something yard work related.
That was my first guess
for all the yard work you've been doing.
Great guess, but incorrect.
Yeah, incorrect.
I think it's pool related.
No, incorrect. Egan's going to get it.
Doc wants lunch.
Come on. Yard work?
No, I said yard work was wrong. You're not listening to this. Peter and Stan must really be.
What am I known for? 2 things I'm known for, Pat.
Oh, condoms.
Condoms.
No.
You ordered condoms.
You're nasty.
You didn't want to go to CVS and have the peanut girl behind the counter looking at you.
I got a kit to clean my lines of my kegerator.
Oh, that's perfect.
Because I haven't used it in a while because of the moving and stuff. So today, I believe my son will help me. My son Kyle will help me.
We're going to have to clear the beer out first.
It's clear. The keg is empty.
Well, look, Kyle's going to be here, so it'll all clean out.
You got good help.
That is that's good stuff. That works
out.
That's
good father-son bonding right there.
That is.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you
Let's
can
empty
go.
the keg.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll clean that today, and then we'll go out and get the keg this afternoon. And then, you have to make sure it's working properly, so...
You got to enjoy some.
Take care of that,
Nice
go golfing
And
on
Pat's
Thursday.
not even a drinker. And you think that sounds delicious. That sounds absolutely... I can tell you this. The idea of... I am not a drinker. Myself either. Like, if I have three drinks in a week, it's usually... That's a big week. And I can tell
had
you...
more than 3 drinks on Sunday.
I can tell you, sitting on the back patio, though, the screened-in now patio...
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm going to maybe have a little more wine's going to be in my life.
Nice.
Yeah, I had one of those last night. Yesterday was a long day for other reasons or whatever, and I got home last night, and I sat down at like 8:30, and boom, you're outside.
Let's find out, though, what's going on in the world of the NFL. We have so many questions for Adam Schefter, and he joins us now on the Comcast Business Hotline because every day in business is a big day. Comcast Business keeps you ready for what's next. Adam joins us on a Tuesday. I was hoping maybe it's because you're taking some vacation, but you've explained to us that you don't.
No, I'd have a conflict tomorrow. It doesn't happen, but maybe once or twice a year where I'd need to switch a day.
Sure.
And this is just one of those days, so there we go.
I hope it's a good conflict and not a bad one. So we're hoping that it's good.
Okay.
Because it's the best. I'm going to ask you about this, though, right off the bat is the Eagles had the least public practices in the NFL. You remember, do you have memories as a young man or as a kid of going to see an NFL training camp? I don't know this about you. We all do. We all have memories of going and watching our heroes and watching them saw Westchester University, Lehigh University, watching the Eagles in practice, young kids coming out and being able to see it. The Eagles holding one sort of staged, scripted public practice on a Sunday night, the entire training camp. I think this is a missed opportunity by NFL teams, Adam. It just seems strange to me. What is the move towards this in the NFL?
Well, first and foremost, I would tell you that when I was younger, I would have killed to have gone to training camp. I would have loved that. I was fascinated by it, and I never really did it. I don't know, just never did it. That's it's kind of the childhood I had. Just never, always wondered about doing things like that, and never got to do them, though I love my childhood. Now, I think that the NFL itself has shifted, and I just think back to when I covered the Denver Broncos for over 15 years, and I would go to training camp. Training camp, for starters, lasted about 3 weeks. There were 2-day practices on many days. Virtually every practice was open to the fans. I would have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the players and coaches, right? And so it just was much more personal. When I go to an NFL facility today, sometimes practice isn't open, then it's just media sessions outside of the podium in front of everybody, whereas back in the day, I'm in the locker room, going around, talking to whoever I wanted, whenever I wanted, basically, during that open locker room time. It just seems like the business has grown so big that some of the other elements, like going to training camp, have become more business-like and more impersonal. And I don't agree with it either. I think that they should have those practices open. I think that they're probably worried that if they open them, what's to stop a scout from another team in the division just showing up and watching what they're doing? And to that I say, who cares? Who cares? Let them see what we're doing. Like it's an August day. Like, what does it matter? Come on, man.
That sounds like an episode you should have on ESPN. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, Shefty.
It's just it's gotten so big, and the business is so big, and also the truth is, and I don't mean to sound mean about it, they don't need to open the training camp practices in a certain way, maybe because the business is so big.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's. They're kind of furthering their distance between fan and player, but it doesn't matter to them, right? Because it doesn't do anything for them financially. It can only hurt them in the way that you said. Also, maybe fans see an injury or something like that. I don't think this is going to ever change again. Do you?
No. And coaches by nature are just paranoid about what they're doing and having it get out. They just are. They don't want anyone seeing anything. So the less they can see, the better. And I think. And we'll see if this changes over time. But I think COVID gave teams a reason to enact certain policies. And maybe this came into place during COVID, too. And once you start implementing these rules and regulations and policies during COVID. Well, this is where we do it now.
That's incredible.
We don't open it to the public.
Terrible.
Adam,
that's terrible. That is terrible. Hiding behind COVID as an example. I mean, for these businesses, that's terrible. I believe that is, though.
I'd have to ask each team. Like, I'm hypothesizing, right? Like,
right.
You do things for a couple of years a certain way, and so it's easy to just say, "Hey, this is the way we do it now."
Yeah, Adam, this seems like a strange offseason for the quarterback market. I feel like typically in a year where Jimmy G and Baker Mayfields of the world are available, somebody would take a shot at them. What's the status with those two, and do you imagine them being on their teams next year?
I would guess that both are not with their teams. I think that Jimmy is more likely to be with his team. I don't see any way that Baker's with his team. I don't see that right now, although, Deshaun Watson could be disciplined, and let's see what happens there, and maybe things change. But Cleveland went out and signed Jacoby Brissett and Josh Dobbs, and you'd have to think that part of the reason they did that was knowing that there was the real possibility that Deshaun would be disciplined. Baker wants to be traded. I think Jimmy would prefer to be traded. Jimmy's still not healthy. That's the issue. And so it's hard for a team to trade for a guy like that when they want to see how he's recovering and he's not fully past that off-season shoulder surgery. And so now that that's happened and it put a monkey wrench into the idea that he could be traded, it's like, what team needs a quarterback, and is going to be willing to pay Jimmy G $25 million and pay the 49ers let's just call it a second-round pick minimum, right? Like, is there somebody at Carolina maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. But Carolina can't take both Baker and Jimmy. Seattle, but San Francisco, I don't believe, would trade Jimmy in the division, would not want to do that. But you know what? We've seen it happen before. We saw New England trade Drew Bledsoe to Buffalo. I'm not telling you this would be the case, but if Seattle made a competitive offer, it would be interesting to see if San Francisco would even consider it.
It's strange, the quiet nature of the coverage of Deshaun Watson to me. And I just tried to look at saying this story continues to not go away, continues to percolate. Yeah. His lawyer has one of the most embarrassing interviews I've ever heard on sports radio the other day and steps in it. And it seems as if it's not something that NFL wants front and center. It's almost like there's a little bit of a gag order on it because there are other stories that get a lot more coverage than this. And this guy...
But John, it's gone on for a year and a half.
But it's new information now. We're getting more new information.
Right, and the new information deserves to be reported and put out there. So what do you want done with it that's not done with it?
Well, I want Rusty Hardin... I want people to go, wait a minute here. We've now seen Rusty Hardin has told us what Deshaun Watson's strategy is. His strategy is it's not illegal to ask to have a happy ending at the end of a massage. That he expects it.
It was a pretty incredible soundbite, wasn't it?
It was incredible. And I mean, but it almost like I was expecting that to lead, not to say just to put on your lap, but I was expecting it to lead SportsCenter. I was expecting that to be, it's a gigantic story, and it's like, shh, don't talk about it. Just let that go.
Well, it's kind of a weird thing, like
how do you talk about it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a venerable lawyer talking about happy end. Like, what do you do with that? What do you do? Like, it's. I don't know.
I personally would have. I mean, it to me seems like the Cleveland Browns maybe stepped in it big time. In a big way.
With how much guaranteed money?
$230 million.
That's incredible. It's incredible. I didn't understand when they did it, Adam. And we on this show were unanimous that we didn't want him here. Just for the it looks worse today than it did the day they acquired him.
Listen, they have an awful lot riding on that decision. And, they were desperate to get him. And it showed in the way they handled their business. And now we'll wait to see what the NFL's investigation uncovers, determines, rules, and see where it goes from there. It's back to the Rusty Harden thing a second.
Yes.
So after he says it and you say that deserves more coverage, I understand what you're saying. Did you do like a whole morning show on that?
We did, well, we're not in Cleveland, but we did yesterday. We talked about it yesterday on the show. Absolutely. I couldn't believe that he said it.
I was shocked.
I couldn't believe that he said it. And the guy's jaws dropped. I mean, and to me, they made, and I love those guys. I love what Payne and them do down there in Houston. They had Rusty Harden flustered. They had him flustered. They got him to say something that he never wanted to say. And I can't believe it because this is a venerable attorney who's been in some of the most high-pressure court cases probably in the South.
Yeah, it was a bizarre statement to make. Bizarre.
It really was.
I mean,
not fun. Not fun
no,
for them.
Not good. Shefty, one of my topics I was going to bring up here today, I want to ask you, is there something in football that has been taken away? Now, we were talking about training camp or whatever, but besides that, is there anything in football that has been taken away from the game that you really miss, that you wish was brought back?
You know, I actually think that they've done a pretty good job in terms of, like, every time they do something, I'm like, man, I like the draft on Saturday and Sunday. And now it's, Thursday. And I'm like, you know what, that actually works. I like the draft in New York City. Now they make it the traveling circus sort of thing, and it works too because it becomes a big deal. And they've turned the opening day of training camp. I think it's Saturday, July 31st this year, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I have to be in Bristol that day, into like an event. And they've turned the schedule release into the second week in May, and I kind of like that. And so, they've become, in their own ways, master marketers. Is there something I miss about football?
Yeah,
I miss the personal nature that we're talking about that we addressed earlier in the show. Like I remember, going out to the Broncos facility. We were there for Saturday recently, and like you about to go? No, you can't go in the locker room. What do you mean? No, we're just going to bring players out. They can stand at the court. I'm like, wow, that's different than when I covered the team. Wow, that's different. And not that the public cares, but I would say, like, I don't know how. I just think it's that much harder for reporters to have true, like, one-on-one relationships with people. Like, it's just, like I would go in the locker room and the offensive lineman, would tie me down to the floor with, tape and, laugh at me and throw powder on me. It was kind of fun, back in the day. And I don't think that stuff happens anymore.
No, now there'd be a lawsuit. Now there'd be you're bullied.
Yeah, exactly.
You were being bullied. Yeah. So at that point. Hey, Adam, have a great week, and we appreciate it. And take care of business. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate you making the time today. Enjoy your week. We'll be back next Wednesday.
Thanks, you, buddy. Shefty. There's Adam Schefter. Join us on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day, so take care of business with our friends from Comcast Business. It's training camps were different. I loved, as I've said it before, I loved going into NFL locker rooms. NFL locker rooms, I always found some of the best conversation, the best.
Oh, you got a lot of people in there.
Most approachable guys.
I hate going into all locker rooms.
Really? Did you?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like my world.
Well, it's first of all, I feel
uncomfortable there.
Like I've never understood why
I'm not welcomed.
Really? Now, and you felt that in NFL locker room?
MLB.
See, MLB, I always felt that.
MLB's awful. The locker room's terrible.
It's terrible.
NFL's better, for sure, but I still feel like I'm not wanted there. It's nothing overt or, nobody speaks it, but it's just weird. Like, I think interviewing guys naked and getting changed is the weirdest thing in sports. Like, I just think that's bizarre.
So you've interviewed Greg Maddux and his tighty whities. You haven't lived.
Like why?
Because it's just, and that they're trying to make you as uncomfortable as possible when they do it.
So I don't want to be there.
Yeah, I get you. The NFL locker room, though, was always the best to me. The best interactions, the best individuals to deal with.
It's a weird place to me.
And many people are like, those football players. I'm like, I'll take the football players any day over the baseball players. Any day.
I never felt uncomfortable in a locker room.
You lived in it so long, though, Bob? Did you get...
Yeah, I know. I don't know. One of my first interactions was a hockey one, right. I remember, and Rick Tocchet couldn't have been nicer. It was 9/11, actually.
Okay.
Right after that happened. And I don't know. I just never... I had great teachers, great teachers to teach me how to go in the locker room, so...
Hey, we're talking about we're going to talk about dodging that Deshaun Watson bullet, and Bob thinks Bryce Harper has his eye on something. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know, BetParx is the official betting partner of the PGA Tour. A lot of us think we know how to play golf. Do you know how to bet on it? Well, you're betting on someone else being able to make that 3-foot putt that you can't. So go to the BetParx app. Check out the special boosts and wagers that are available for you because of the PGA Tour. Download the all-new BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app. It's got the casino games and the sports betting all in one. And you can make your first bet risk-free up to $750. Bet baseball. Bet more than the score by betting on individual player performances. Bet playoff hockey. How about the NBA Finals? BetParx is the only sportsbook and casino that I recommend. Absolutely awesome. It is great. Right in the palm of your hand, you've got live in-game wagering that's going to change your game day experience. So download the app in the App Store. Go to betparx.com and you can download it there. Use my promo code Kincade, get the risk-free bet. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
He's like a jittery piece of geek jerky.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
June is National Men's Health Month. 97.5 The Fanatic and Iron Mountain Men's Health are committed to your well-being. Did you know sleep apnea occurs in about 25% of men compared to 10% of women? Having obstructive sleep apnea increases your risk of high blood pressure, strokes, and heart attacks. To help prevent sleep apnea, maintain a healthy weight, moderate alcohol consumption, and refrain from smoking. Stay tuned for more tips on how to live a long and healthy life, presented by Iron Mountain Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Avidan Appel. Would it surprise you to hear that for every hour of quality sleep lost, your testosterone level decreases by a significant amount? If you're waking up in the morning feeling unrefreshed, fatigued, or tired, your testosterone levels need to be checked and could be low due to sleep apnea. Visit us online today at ironmountainmenshealth.com to schedule your free consultation with me, Dr. Avidan Appel, founder of Iron Mountain Men's Health. Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in men's health.
If you've got an IRA or 401k, I got bad news for you. Hi, this is Joseph Abundante, best-selling author from right here in the Philadelphia area, and I want to give you a free copy of my new book, Retirement Income Mastery. The IRS wants you to think these qualified plans are the best way to save for retirement. They give you a tax break when you contribute. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Qualified plan could be a tax disaster when you retire. With over $30 trillion in debt, taxes are already going up. Imagine paying a top tax rate of over 90% like in the 1960s. There is a better way. It's an alternative the wealthy use that often beats your IRA and 401k. It's been around for years. Your money grows tax deferred, and when done right, has no taxes in retirement and no income taxes when you die. Plus, you grow your money potential double digits with no risk of losing money from market crashes. When the market tanks again, you lose nothing. Call Joe Abundante at 1-800-207-4545 to get a free copy of my book and talk to a specialist to protect yourself from crashes and taxes. No credit card required. Call 1-800-207-4545. That's 1-800-207-4545.
After months of waiting, developer Valve finally announced the location of the International 2022, which is the largest Dota 2 tournament of the year. The International will be held in Singapore, making this the first ever Dota 2 tournament held in Southeast Asia in the 11-year history of the event. Similar to last year, the International will be held in October and follows the conclusion of the 2022 Dota Pro Circuit and the final major of the season happening in August.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The New Jersey Transit Police Department reminds you that we all need to work together to keep our transit system safe. Your attention is our most valuable asset. If you ride the train or bus, if you live or work near a station, be alert and aware of your surroundings. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT or text your report to NJTPD. New Jersey Transit urges you to help us keep our transit system safe. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT or text your report to NJTPD.
High-efficiency equipment for lower bills, special financing, and rebates on qualifying systems.
What?
Oh, I'm trying to memorize something I heard on the radio. Peace of mind warranties.
Why?
Because our AC is on its last leg, and I need to convince you to call a Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning contractor.
No, you don't. I heard the same ad. And you forgot cleaner, healthier air.
Pierce Phelps Bryant will do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable. To find a local Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning dealer near you, visit nopaybryant.com.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
Yo, it's Cuz! Hit it out of the park with new countertops from Colonial Marble and Granite with an amazing lineup of stone and quartz countertops at unbeatable prices, like a new fully installed quartz marble or granite countertop, just $19.99, along with zero money down, 0% financing for up to 18 months. Visit their King of Prussia or Philly showroom or online, colonialmarble.net.
Hey, do you have plans this Saturday? Well, if you like music, craft beer, supporting local business, and you want to hang with me, I've got you covered. Because this Saturday, come kick off the start of summer and have a cold one with me at the Gloucester County's summer kickoff event at the James G. Atkinson Park in Sewell, New Jersey. Come on out and support Gloucester County small businesses, artists, crafters, and breweries on Saturday, June 11th from 11 to 5. Enjoy a local craft beer tasting in partnership with Visit South Jersey and have beers with Bob in person at the Fanatic tent between 12 and 2. There'll be live music from classic rock cover band Stranger Than Normal, beginning at 1:30, and activities for the whole family. Something for everyone's going to be there. It's a free event celebrating everything that we love about summer. For more information, visit gloucestercountynj.gov. That's gloucestercountynj.gov, and I'll see you there.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
We are reinventing what sports talk radio can be. Whether we improve it remains to be seen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Pat the best. Pat is the best.
Huh?
Put a smile on my face every time you play it. I know if it's Coach choosing.
Yeah, no, this is Coach.
Coach, this is great.
It's a good tune, man.
So is Coach the best now, or is Pat the best? Which one?
Well, Pat played it. He could have overridden.
No, I didn't really play. He kind of just segued into it.
You could have overridden Coach, couldn't you have?
I could have, yeah. I do like the song.
Would that be a... you do like it then?
Yeah, no, I like the song, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Just
I
as
saw
long
them
as you
like 15 years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, they were
Where?
terrible. TLA.
I have heard that.
I didn't.
I've heard
I didn't
terrible.
go for them. They were opening for the band that I was seeing, and
who were you
band,
seeing? Do you
Thursday.
remember? I do not even know Thursday.
Yeah. So
wait a minute. They
from
were
Jersey.
opening for Thursday.
Yeah.
Who I don't even know.
Yeah. So they were opening for Thursday. I think they were unsigned at the time. Anyone who likes Thursday out there knows that they usually have really bad opening bands.
And it sounds Thursday's not. Do you know Thursday, Jamie?
No.
Jamie doesn't know him either.
People out there know.
Sounds like something
Far
that
and
exists.
wide.
Yeah.
Far and wide. People
Yeah,
know.
people-
Thursday.
people
Bob,
know.
you know Thursday?
Yeah, it's day after one.
Coach, do you know Thursday?
Wow, Bob, they're from New Brunswick. Come on, man.
Do you know Thursday?
Don't know Thursday. I know the Sundays.
You
Not-
know the
not
Sundays.
Thursday.
Yeah, he's a Taking Back Sunday fan.
There you go. See, there's just plenty of
People out there
opportunity.
know Thursday.
They do. It's a great day. It leads you into Friday, which is always awesome.
Here we go.
Hey, join us as we cheer on the Birds in Arizona. Reserve your spot now. We'll go with Philly Sports Trips because they're the best. A small deposit saves your seat. Go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trip, where you can travel with the pros.
Addie heard the ad the other day and goes, "Oh, you're going to Arizona, huh?"
She heard that good?
And I said, "Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that."
I thank Addie for listening.
I said, "You want to come?"
No, you don't.
I-
She wouldn't want to come.
Why not?
might.
Would she really?
Yeah.
Get away from the kids for a couple of days? That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
for her.
anything to get away for a weekend.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, but it's a work trip. You're going to be with all the.
She'd have a great time.
She
at
would.
a spa.
Oh, she really would.
Yeah. She loves Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And we work from 3 to 7 in the morning, so
Yeah.
she'd be sound asleep.
Yeah,
No,
she'd
but
be
we have
getting up.
other events that we do and stuff like that. when we're doing
She'd be
that.
fun.
Yeah, so she'd go to the spa and do all that kind of stuff.
Shop, and she loves Arizona.
She'd order takeout food, Pat.
I mean, room service is
She'd
basically
order a lot of takeout. Instead of going to get it.
She'd be living her best life.
She would be.
She would be. I think it's a great idea to bring her.
We talked about it with Adam Schefter. Didn't expect Adam to be on today. A little surprised that we shifted with him today, though. But it brings us to a topic that I had down, is that Deshaun Watson, now another complaint has been lodged. More evidence of the interaction, including, by one report, 120 different women that these gold diggers, as his crew was trying to put out, that he was soliciting on social media through DM. That he was reaching out to. He was initiating the contact. Not one of the accusers, by the way, and I didn't know this till reading the Houston Chronicle piece on it, not one of his accusers initiated contact with him. And I would imagine NFL quarterbacks get a lot of people trying to slide into their DMs. Not one of the accusers approached him. He approached every single one of them over triple order.
Sounds predatory.
I mean, he does. Imagine being the Browns right now, because the Eagles could have been.
What the hell were they thinking?
Imagine if you had traded away a fortune of assets and you had guaranteed this man $230 million.
Before the league ruling ever came down.
And, Bob, you were the most vocal, don't bring him here. I think I was right behind you, but you were very much from day one. I don't even know why we're talking about the guy.
Nobody
I don't know why
wanted him.
because none of us voted. None of us said to go do it. But I never saw this story's getting worse since the trade.
Yeah, I wonder
worse.
how that went down in Cleveland. Like, is it ownership going to Kevin Stefanski and saying, "Look, we know there's some things out there, whatever, but we're going to do this. This is your quarterback of the future."
And don't forget, Andrew Berry is out there, who was Howie's right-hand man.
Right. And does, like, someone like Stefanski, who's only a couple years head coach in the league, does he jump on board right away and say, yeah, we need that difference maker of a quarterback?
And maybe he didn't have the ability to be able to tell them, no, this is not what we're doing.
Yeah, maybe they didn't even ask him.
It's
probably not even a Stefanski conversation.
What's
that? It doesn't even feel like a Stefanski type of conversation to me.
The GM and
it
the
seems
owner.
so far above the coach.
I did remember reading, though, that there were so many conversations about it, and people... I thought I read that ownership did and management did go to Stefanski and they talked it all out. But, man, that's you're a young head coach and you're tying yourself to that. That's tough if he had that decision to make.
There is no question, and I have no problem saying it, because that is predatory behavior. Period. And what he's even in his own DMs after interacting with some of these women, and then the return DMs that he says to them when he tries to get them to come over again, and he says, and the women literally say to him, "It will be nothing like last time. You cannot do that again. That can't happen." This man has no defense.
No,
he has a creep factor that is off the charts.
And I don't know how, if I was a Cleveland Browns fan right now, how you could justify giving a fully guaranteed largest deal ever to that guy is something I can't comprehend. You gave $230 guaranteed million to this guy who still hasn't, been heard every civil case, who still hasn't been ruled down by the league suspension if he's on the commissioner's list. There's a chance he doesn't play football this year. So Deshaun Watson could have made $90 to $100 million over the last 2 years to not play football. What are people doing? Like, at some point, a man's got to have a code. These people not watch The Wire?
Well, believe me, like this is so ugly, Pat, and I can only imagine we would be losing our minds right now if the Eagles had done this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you want more in depth with it, Real Sports, the recent episode this past month, went into it, and he was basically just like soliciting the girls on Instagram, finding these small, women who were just trying to start a business and hitting them up for a massage. And they would get excited because they're like, oh, this is great. This is great for my business and my brand. And I'm going to have this opportunity. And then it would all go downhill. And they all said, I think they only interviewed two of them. who would go public, but both of them said it's a complete slap in the face that he got this much money. It's like he was rewarded for bad behavior. And for the NFL to sit there and say, we did an investigation, but not ask them any questions regarding the matter, it was a really bad look.
And the amount of people that just, and I got a couple of people on my email here, Bob, and I'll use you as the arbiter with this, saying that was really rude of you to put Adam on the spot like that about ESPN's coverage. He goes, Adam doesn't make those decisions. I don't think I put him on the spot about it. I mean, I asked him a question about one of the biggest stories in the NFL right now. Yeah. I wasn't trying to put him on the spot. I didn't say, Adam, why didn't you do something about it? I think it's gotten very soft-pedaled, though. I think this story's being as buried as they can possibly bury it.
Well, it's another addition to the story. And it's like, how many times can you go through it? It's just... It's exhausting. I don't even like talking about the dude, to tell you the truth.
And you said that
I don't.
before.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't. It's a disgusting situation. It just so happens that he's a very talented quarterback in the NFL. I don't care about that. Right. I really don't. He's a creep of a person, and I just want really nothing to do with the whole story. Now, in Adam's defense, I thought he was going to come back to you and say something like, well, how did you hear about the story?
Houston Chronicle.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Well, they had to cover it after the.
Sure, I think it's just such a creepy thing that people don't want to touch it.
Hey,
that didn't come out right.
The new Bet Parks app is great in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. But if you're in New Jersey this summer, the beach, the boardwalk, and the boat on the bay, you can be hanging out down the shore with the Bet Parks app. Download at betparks.com. You got to be 21 and in New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm going to ask you guys to help me out with a personal dilemma that I have about the Jersey Shore coming up next hour. And it is...
Are you even welcome at the Jersey Shore after your deflammatory comments?
Don't eat on the boardwalk.
There's plenty of great places to eat on the boardwalk.
Rumor has it,
you better watch out.
Yeah,
there's plenty of great places to eat on the boardwalk.
They're training the seagulls to attack you.
Yeah.
Hey, I love the boardwalk. I just don't.
Jeff Galooly's coming
there. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, there's a discussion regarding Eric Snow.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
And he was awake during this discussion.
He was? That was good. He wasn't sleeping through anything.
Yeah, so he came out and said basically that the window on Joel Embiid and the Sixers' chance of winning a title is closing. And that maybe you've reached the pinnacle of Embiid, but you haven't reached the pinnacle of what this team could be or maybe should have been with him playing at this level. I feel as great as Embiid's play is, and I could be wrong, and I'm posing this as a question to you guys. I feel like it's the roller coaster going up, and reaching the height. Now, is it evening out, or is it starting to come down a little bit? Not that Joel Embiid is getting worse. I'm saying is kind of what Eric Snow said. Is the window starting to close a little bit on him? What are your feelings towards Embiid now that we've had a chance to kind of let the season sink in, let the playoffs sink in? I understand the injury is going to come up here, Jamie, but
that's all I can think about.
Is he the guy? Is this? Because it just seems in my circle of friends, this has become a real conversation. Like, can you win with him is the big question.
I absolutely believe that Eric Snow is right.
So you think the window is closing?
I think you've got to be. It's DEFCON 4, because how lucky are you going to get that he never stays healthy? So how lucky are you going to get that you get the season you got out of him this year, where he wasn't missing significant time in the regular season? So I do believe. I think Eric Snow is exactly correct. I think the pressure's on. It's got to be happening. And by the way, if the pinnacle of the Joel Embiid era is a first-round victory, bozos in the NBA have done just as much. If that ends up being the pinnacle, that's a disaster.
So I'm going to pose the question differently to you, Jamie, because I know kind of where you stand. But has your optimism on Embiid wavered at all a little bit over?
Only because of his health.
But you've always been like that with his health.
Yeah. I mean, I don't question his talent or if you can win with him or anything like that. I just question if he can be healthy.
That's never crossed your mind whether it's
crossed my mind,
you win with him.
But I don't buy it because he's never healthy. So I don't think
Yeah,
you've
but
ever
that
really.
should be the
if
question
he's
that
never
says,
healthy,
can you
then
win
you
with
can't
him?
win with
You
him.
can't win with him.
Well, that's the $1 million question. I can't predict injuries.
Well,
You
we know
can't-
that answer, though.
Well, we can't predict the future either. If I were to say, I don't think you can win with him, trade him, which I'm not saying.
think
Everybody,
can you win with him implies is he good enough to win? I don't think that implies injuries.
No, I think it's taking the body of his
I think
work
they're
for
two
his
different
career
things.
and going, I don't think you can count on him to be healthy, so can you win with him? Can you win with a banged up? I know this. I cannot win with a banged up Embiid because he cannot win if he's hampered in any way, shape, or form. You don't win with him. There's always going to be something that holds him back. And then it's going to be, well, if his hand didn't hurt him or if this didn't hurt him.
Sounds like you're pro load management.
No, I'm not pro any of that. I'm pro that I think the clock's ticking.
Yeah, I mean, I've
And
always said
it's running out.
He had a 7 or 8 year window, and I think there's probably 3 or 4 years left at most. And that's if you got to fill out a team around him still. I mean, you need a bench, you need a backup center. That much is very obvious.
Yeah,
you need a legitimate backup center.
How much time, Pat?
Probably 2 to 3 years. I think 3's probably max for pinnacle Embiid.
The pinnacle
after
Embiid,
3
correct.
years, I think he's still playing at a very high level. But if you don't have a supporting cast, and we saw this with Iverson, what do you have? You have a superstar who's going to get you to the second round. I mean, that's not the end goal.
Better not be.
Billy King failed miserably trying to build a team around Allen Iverson. He tried, but it didn't. Nothing worked. Nothing that he did worked.
So is that on Billy King or is that on Allen Iverson? This is the key question.
Well, I mean, Billy King going out and getting Chris Webber, who was cooked, and getting Glenn Robinson, who was cooked.
They also tried to draft. They got Jerry Stackhouse. They got the dude from St. Louis. What's his face?
Larry Hughes.
Larry Hughes, yeah.
They drafted poorly. Now, I mean, they traded Stackhouse for Aaron McKee and Theo Ratliff, I believe. I think that was the deal. So, I mean, they did get supporting cast in that sense. They turned Jerry Stackhouse into good complementary pieces. I mean, but the fact that the closest thing that we got to a championship was that 2001 team, which granted had the sixth man of the year, the MVP, and the defensive player of the year. But after that, you had Tyrone Hill starting that squad.
Yeah.
Rajah Bell, who they signed off the street, was getting major minutes. That's why that 2001 team is beloved, is because you look at the supporting cast and you go, oh my God, it was AI dragging this team to the finals.
To me, it's when LeBron James got his first team to the finals in Cleveland. I think those are the two most miraculous trips to the finals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Amazing jobs by individual talents carrying a bunch of guys.
I would love to see that.
LeBron's is more impressive.
Oh, come on, man.
It's incredible. I think it was more impressive.
Drew Gooden.
You had Mo Williams as your backcourt, man.
You had Anderson Varejao.
Delonte West.
Yeah. I mean, Iverson at least had, as Pat said, Defense Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year. It wasn't ideal, but who was ideal for Iverson?
There you go.
Yeah, I would love to see Joel Embiid carry this team to a long run. And I don't mean that slightly. I mean, I would love that he goes out there and does Iverson-like stuff and was 35 points a night and carried this team. I think that would help this organization unbelievably
Well,
so.
I thought you were seeing it until he got hurt in Game 3.
Yep.
It's just...
Hey, Jamie, you wanted to ask something about the clutch gene.
Yeah.
First of all, your premise, do you believe the clutch gene is the thing?
Yeah, I do.
So you think it's something you're born with, or you
I
develop?
think some people are just clutch and others are not. I don't know if you're born with it or you develop it, but I think it exists. I think there's...
Tell me who has it. So just when we frame the conversation. Give me guys who you think have it. Jordan.
Yeah, but even lower, you don't have to be great to have a clutch gene. Like Carlos Ruiz during that run had a clutch gene when it came to playoff time. Shane Victorino always had a knack for a big hit in a big situation. You don't have to be the best.
It doesn't have to be all-time greats.
No,
Okay.
It's just situational pressure, and it's probably more mental than anything else. I don't know if guys can isolate their brain away from the rest of the goings-on around them and just focus on a single pitch or a single shot, whatever it is. I think some guys have it, some guys don't. And the reason I was thinking about this yesterday was because Maya Brady, the niece of Tom Brady, hit 2 home runs yesterday in an elimination game for UCLA that apparently Oklahoma is the greatest women's college softball team ever.
They're really awesome.
They're just a
I actually
powerhouse.
watched that game.
Did you?
I swear to God, I watched 4 innings of that
You
first
really
game.
did?
Yeah. And then Oklahoma came back and kicked their ass in the second game and proceeded to go to the finals.
But Maya Brady, helped stave off elimination there and hit 2 home runs in an elimination game. And I'm going, is there really a clutch gene in that family? Do Do you have any? Because I was trying to rack my brain of like Ken Griffey, the kid. Is there a family member out there where it's just like, damn, those people are clutch? And do you believe it's something that can be passed on?
I think learning how to handle yourself in pressure situations.
Like Charlie Woods is going to have a clutch gene. You just know it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, but
because
he's taught it, though.
Yeah.
He's taught that.
He developed it.
Yeah, but he's developed it by being taught.
But Maya
by
Brady's
him.
not taught by Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's just it was a fascinating thing I thought way too much about yesterday.
Yeah, but I don't think it's something that's odd because it's like a chicken and the egg, almost like it's. I don't believe
Everything
it's
needs
I don't
nurturing.
believe it's genetic. I believe it's coaching. I believe
I'm
it's
with
You what do you say?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't believe it's genetic.
I mean, even like Kobe, like his clutch gene was kind of built. Mike Sealski covers it in the book that he wrote about Kobe, but it was built on, the black tops of West Philly courts getting yelled at by a friend to build up his mental strength. But I don't think if he does that early on in his life, as a teenager, I don't think he is as clutch as he was in the NBA. But he was just, the moment was never too big for him because he started doing that so young. So I think with a lot of situations like the clutch factor, some of these guys are just mentally stronger than others, but it might be because of something they did early on in their life to train for that moment.
Yeah, and when it's presented to a lot of people aren't presented like to be in clutch situations.
Yes.
It's funny. I used the word clutch yesterday. My daughter had to do something yesterday that she didn't want to do, and I said, "Look, you can do this. Just think past it." So think the 20 minutes that you have to do this thing that you don't want to do. Think past it. Think, okay, I'm going to be sitting there tonight thinking, I got through it. So think past it. That'll be clutch by you. And I actually said those words. That'll be clutch by you. Because that's not that I was anything, but that's what I always did.
You coached her past the anxiety of the moment.
Right. Think past it. Okay, you get through the moment. Think past it. Like it's only going to affect you during that time if you allow it to. But think past it.
That's an interesting. I've never heard that before.
I don't know. When I was this is nothing, but when I was a kid in high school playing, at one time I was at the foul line in a big game late in the game, and my mind went to, and I didn't do this on purpose. It just went to, hey, you make these foul shots, your name's going to be all over the papers tomorrow. That's pretty cool. And I thought a positive thought, and I thought to the next day, and it took me out of the pressure of the moment, so to speak.
Some people just have, like Robert Horry made a career
Big Shot Bob
about being Big Shot Bob.
Some people embrace it.
And he was a good player.
He's a good player.
But on a team of Kobe and Shaq and Rick Fox and the amount of guys that they had on that squad, probably the most clutch guy for a little bit of a time there, was Robert Horry.
Same in his time in San Antonio. I mean, he was with Hall of Famers all over the place.
I think Steve Kerr was a clutch guy.
Agreed.
As a player.
Yeah.
On two different championship-type squads.
Yeah, you don't need to be great to be clutch.
See, that's another part of this discussion that immediately my brain went to Michael Jordan.
Mine went to Carlos Ruiz.
And yours went to the guy nobody expects, and mine went to the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, because you almost expect guys like that to be clutch. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's when a Shane Victorino sends one into the night in the biggest spot in the playoffs, you go, or Matt Stairs, excuse me. But Shane had the big hit before that.
Yeah, Shane had the one to tie it.
Yeah, and you're just like, damn.
Well, there are guys, too, though. Steph Curry's been taking a bunch of grief because in his finals appearances, he hasn't been up to snuff. That up until they wanted him in this series. He needs to get a finals MVP.
Nah, Draymond getting the MVP in the finals over him was a joke.
I think a joke.
Draymond or Iguodala?
Iguodala. I saw a stat that, if you led the team in points per game in the finals, to not win the MVP is almost unheard of. The only person to do it twice was Steph Curry.
We're going to talk about regression and something that happened at the end of last year that maybe you missed. It's revisiting something we discussed about earlier today. We'll do it with you coming up. It is the Tuesday edition of the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know right now a lot of you are realizing how much equity you built up in your homes with this housing market today. And so you maybe use some of that money to update your kitchen or your bathroom or something like that. Have you thought about the hot water heater, though? Has it been in your house more than 10 years? Because if it has, you're living on borrowed time. And Bradford White Water Heaters want to tell you can change the way you heat your water in your home. You can make it more efficient. You You can make it more reliable, and you can get fantastic performances. Right now, let's say you're looking for one of the better models, like high-efficiency gas. You're looking for electric or a tankless model. They've got them all when you visit BradfordWhite.com. And you learn more about it because they've got local plumbing professionals that will install them for you to ensure top quality return on your investment. I want you to go to Bradford White today. Go to BradfordWhite.com and find out how you can heat that new fancy shower or make sure that dishwasher is working to top efficiency. Because how you heat your hot water, it matters. So choose the best. Choose Bradford White.
The John Kincade Show.
I watch TV, I play video games, and then I go to happy hour.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Patrick Fingles, owner of New Look Home Design. Trying to buy things right now is crazy. It's either unavailable or it'll take months. It's twice as much or the interest rate is double. They call it volatility, and it's everywhere. Not at New Look. We make roofing easy, and we always do it the same way. A same-day estimate, detailed measure report, 3D rendering of your home, plus line-by-line pricing so you know exactly what you're paying for. And most roofs can be installed within a week. While interest rates in the world go up, New Look holds strong at 0%. And right now, save 50% on all roofing materials. 0% plus 50% off plus a 1-week install. While you have to think about everything else that you do, you don't have to think about where to get a new roof. Call 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. NewLookHomeDesign.com. It's the same way, the easy way.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Rob Jenners, and I am a graduate of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, which is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I've been living my dream in radio, production, and sports broadcasting for 20 years now, thanks to CSB with the nation's most successful sports broadcasting program. We're talking sports talk, play-by-play, color commentary, get trained and get coached by the pros in just 8 to 16 weeks, with a campus nearby in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. CSB Media Arts Center. Visit GoCSB.com.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting is now the CSB Media Arts Center. I'm Taylor Morgan, a proud CSB grad. The instruction from true media pros and the connections that I made spawned a career that's lasted more than 30 years. What you can learn in just 2 to 4 months at CSB Media Arts Center can set you on a whole new path. Train on site or online with classes in radio, TV, podcasting, video, all that is media. There's a campus in nearby Cherry Hill. Get your start. Visit GoCSB.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is licensed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Banking. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash with collagen hydrates to rejuvenate skin surface cells for healthier looking skin in just 14 days. From dry and dull to firm and radiant. So I can step into my day feeling my best in my skin. And now try Olay Body Lotion, which hydrates for visibly firmer skin that improves over time. Olay Body, fearless in my skin.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square, because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Eagle Shows presents the Oaks Gun Show.
This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Don't miss one of the region's largest gun shows with over 1,500 tables. Buy, sell, or trade. From guns, rifles, pistols, and ammo to military surplus, uniforms, medals, and more.
The Oaks Gun Show.
This weekend only at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks.
Minutes off Route 422 in Oaks, PA.
Friday 1 to 7, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 4. Tickets are just $13 a day.
Or get a 2-day pass for $20.
Get tickets at the door or online now at eagleshows.com.
Don't be that guy. Everybody knows that guy. The grass is overgrown. The grass is just yellowing. Weeds coming up everywhere. Be the envy of your neighborhood with the help of my friends over at Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville, because they're the experts when it comes to all of your outdoor power equipment needs. Forget those big box stores. You can get dealer exclusives from the top brands like Stinger, DeWalt, Turf War, Red Max, and more. And the best part? Lawn and Golf Supply Company has a huge selection of outdoor power equipment in stock. My cousin came and borrowed my Cub Cadet this past weekend. He was like, dude, that was the easiest thing ever. I said, I know. Call my friends over at Lawn and Golf. Zero turns, riding tractors, handheld power equipment, whatever you need to dominate your yard work this summer, you can get over from my guys over at Lawn and Golf Supply Company. From residential to commercial, Lawn and Golf is the leader in outdoor power equipment. A lot of country clubs use them, municipalities. Check them out. They got all the good stuff. Plus, Lawn and Golf Service Department can fix any make and model of equipment and get you back up and running in no time. Right now, Fanatic listeners can get free delivery on any new equipment purchase. Just mention the Fanatic and get free delivery with your purchase. Visit lawn-golf.com. Lawn and Golf Supply Company. Everything turf.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This crew always says thanks for listening, and we actually mean it. The John Kincade Show continues here on 97.5 The Fanatic and streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's, and for details, go to bagster.com. I saw something where landfills are getting more, like we're creating like more trash than ever while people are cleaning out, like I guess COVID has got people cleaning out their houses. Cleaning out garages, like spending more time at home.
Landfills are filling up.
That people have just at a higher rate than they than normal, keeping up with the constant
Have
move.
you ever seen Trash Island?
Is that the Jersey one?
No, I don't know where it is exactly, but it's just basically a landfill that got put out at sea.
Yes, I think
and it's a giant floating pile of trash.
Giant floating pile of trash.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
And it's not orange and black. It's not.
No, they don't play down at the Wells
It is
Fargo
not.
Center.
It is not. Look, I watched the Colorado Avalanche.
That was a good game last night.
Oh, my God. That's serious? Look at all the goals.
Yeah.
If Edmonton only had a goalie, Pat, and that's what they're saying this morning in Edmonton, ESPN, and more.
Yeah, GMs have been fooled by Mike Smith thinking he was the number one goaltender for years, and he's horrible.
If only they could find somebody that would like be a great goalie with a young team that could help them win a championship. And they have one of the deepest rosters in the NHL. Just amazing. I wonder.
It's okay. It's pretty good. Their defense is meh.
No,
It's
their
okay,
defense is
but,
has to develop. Well, wait a minute. The defense can develop.
Yeah, they can. Darnell Nurse had a hell of a play last night. Set up the game-tying goal. That Western Conference, the goaltending in that Western Conference is hot doo-doo water.
Hot doo-doo water.
It's absolute trash.
Well, you know what happened 27 years ago today, Pat?
27 years ago?
27 years ago?
Let me.
94?
Can I guess?
Sure.
You had sex 9 months prior?
92.
I became a father for the first time.
95.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday.
You'll never forget that first time you became a father.
No.
I said to him last night, I said, you know what we were doing 27 years ago today? I said, we went in early, and then you were born to the Phillies playing the San Diego Padres in an afternoon game. I think they won 5-3, and he's looking at me like, you're an ass.
I don't remember any of those sort of details.
Who was the...
when Skylar was born, they were playing the Raptors, but I couldn't tell you any details of it.
Most eventful birth of your 4? Did any of them have? Was there any drama around any one of them? Like, where it's like, okay, you had to rush to the hospital because the baby came fast, or anything like that?
No, none of that. Kyle, the third one, was he had some issues, so they had to take him away from us, which I didn't like, but we got him back quickly. Had like
Olivia had the same thing. She had water in her lungs.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
I guess she had her head up or something during the birth, and so they had to take her away. And the nurse was really rude to my wife. And that did not go well. That did not go well. It really didn't go well. That was not the day to have it. So
no.
Bobby shares a birthday with my buddy Dave Madden, so happy birthday to him too.
Oh, wow.
Who a Canton Catholic alum.
Of course, yeah.
And Alan Iverson.
Yeah.
Today's Iverson's birthday?
And because Dave always says this, Anna Kournikova.
Anna Kournikova and Alan Iverson.
Who had a great run.
Is Anna Kournikova still with Julio Iglesias' son?
Enrique.
Enrique?
They are. Yeah, they have kids together.
She had kids?
Yeah.
Yes, and she still looks great. At the Big Pink that I always tell people, if you're going to Miami, have breakfast at the Big Pink. It is an awesome spot. Enrique Iglesias is one of his favorite spots to go to with Anna Kournikova, and they go in like normal people. And he is tiny.
Through the front door?
No, but I mean, a lot of people that are celebrities like that wouldn't go to a very popular, beachy type breakfast spot.
Yeah. When's the last time Iglesias is he still I don't mean
Enrique?
relevant in a derogatory
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
He's disappeared.
He had some hits, man. Back
he's cashing in. Yeah, he's sitting pretty.
He is tiny.
Most of Hollywood is.
He can be my hero.
He could. Very good, Pat.
That song probably made him
I told you the story maybe off there once, and my wife snuck into. She was a big fan of his father, and went with one of her friends who had a satellite TV company, and went on the installation of the satellite at his house, just to be able to go on and see the house, which I believe was on Star Island, which is like the great spot out there. So we have a lot coming your way in the show, including I'm going to need your help after the bottom of the hour, and it's big-time help. But I want to ask you again, and it revisits sort of what we got into earlier on in the show today, is did Jalen Hurts really regress a lot in the late part of last year? I brought it up earlier. In his last 4 starts in the regular season, he got to play the Giants and the Commodes twice. And he averaged 209 yards passing per game against those teams, which, by the way, those 2 passing performances were 2 of the worst against the Giants all year, and those 2 passing performances were 2 of the worst against the Commodes all year. And you were playing them late in December and January. So you were playing them when they already mailed in the season, and you had 2 of the worst performances that anybody had against them. The team scored an average of 22 points in those 4 games. They went 3-1, but they were trailing the Commodes in the game that they won. They were trailing the Giants till the 4th quarter in a game they lost. And then you had the disaster in Tampa Bay. A QB rating of 19, 6 first-half possessions that led to 146 yards of offense and 1 interception, no points scored. And then 10 possessions that didn't get you 200 yards and 2 interceptions. Are we overlooking how bad Jalen Hurts was at the end of last year? Because I'm one of the people who's still on the optimistic bandwagon with him, but when I went back and looked at his last 5 games last year, he was flat out terrible. I mean, atrocious. And I think it's sort of getting sugar-coated that he wasn't.
I don't know. If we took a poll, what percentage of the people are out on him as the starting quarterback? It's probably maybe I'm being nice here. 50-50,
I'd
if
say
not
that, right around there.
60-40, people are out on him.
I don't know if it's the majority.
I think it's like
yet.
50-50. Probably.
I think it's more 60-40 in favor.
Oh,
wow,
really?
You do, eh?
Yeah, I think people really like him and want to, and think, and maybe rightfully so, that he's deserved a second opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
So I still think most people are still waiting to make their decision, but by that, I think you're more pro than against.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think we overlook what he was. I think what hides the fact maybe is that you won, not counting the playoff game and not counting that last loss to Dallas where he didn't play.
He didn't play in that one.
They won 6 or 7 games. So, yeah, bad teams, whatever. He managed. And we can't overlook 2 things. One, he had a bad ankle. I mean, it was a bad ankle, and it limited him to what he normally did. And the second one was it was a run-heavy offense. I mean, he was there just to manage games, and that's what he did. And I think you brought up first-half scoring before where the Eagles fell behind an awful lot.
All the time. They were trailing in they were only leading at halftime 6 times last year.
Yeah, I think the
That's
running
incredible.
game took its toll on oppositions in the second half. I really do. I think they just wore them down with that running game, and that's part of the reason they had success in the second half.
I mean, I don't think we forget about that second half. Bob's point's valid about the running game, but, I mean, he had some really bad performances. That Giants game
was the worst all year against the Giants.
That was terrible, and that defense was bad. And
the Giants had already given up. Their season was already over.
And Tampa, the most freshest game in anybody's mind. I mean,
it was so bad.
Jeez, that was
garbage bag juice.
It was not.
Is that garbage bag juice? Is that the term you use?
I use trash bag water sometimes.
Trash bag
sometimes
water.
Juice. Depends.
Yeah, that really wasn't good. That wasn't. I'm just saying, I don't want another situation where we're like, well, his ankle hurt. He was, his ankle hurt.
Sure.
So because then I'm like, okay, we're going to get into another Embiid pattern here, where every year it's going to be, well, there's something. It's something. It can't be. That's why
But
I
it's
say
not an excuse with Embiid. It's just what it is.
This year's really, really important. It's really, really important.
Yeah, his numbers are, it looks like if you take away the first 4 weeks of the season, it looks like back in the day when Oklahoma used to run the ball 50 times a game, remember that?
Oh, yes.
And their quarterback would go like 8 for 17 for 112 yards. That's what his numbers look like.
Yes.
He only threw for over 250 yards in after the first 4 games once.
Oh, my God.
250 once, and that was 296
you,
against Washington.
That's nauseating.
It was terrible. Hey, real estate developers, Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans that help you acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance your investment properties. It's Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders. So a difficult thing to look at there. And again, I'm still in on Jalen Hurts, but I didn't realize how bad it was at the end of the year. Man, was it bad. I can't believe that I thought they'd hang with Tampa Bay. Didn't pick them to win. But I thought they'd hang. I thought we were expecting a 4-quarter game. They'd lose by like 10.
That's what I thought.
11. I think I said 11, 28-17 or something, but that game was never even in question.
No.
First 2 possessions, we were down, and Tampa Joe's was drowning their sorrows of all the Eagles fans. At that
he had his second most passing attempts in that game that he had all year.
Yeah, because it was 20. What was it? 27-0
down
so
early. So quickly.
He threw it 43 times is all.
And I can still hear the quacking. If I would walk to the door at Tampa Joe's, you could hear the quacking, even today. Hey, and the linchpin, Jamie says something happened in golf over the weekend that never happened in the history of the sport before.
This is the linchpin.
Interesting.
All right, we're all going to make a ruling here at the end of it. So this story fascinated me. So a 13-year-old
I did. This is
at
cool.
the Minneapolis Golf Club over the weekend hit a hole-in-one. He plays for his high school team.
How old again?
13 years old.
Okay.
His name is Preston Miller. He plays for the St. Louis Park high school team. So the Titleist he was playing with had his high school logo on the side of the ball.
Okay.
So I believe it was hole 12 or 11 he hit a hole-in-one on, par 3. Awesome. He continues playing with the ball. He loses said ball 3 holes later or 2 holes later. Another golfer by the name of, his name's not important. I lost it here in the story. Ricardo Fernandez.
Yes.
Finds the ball in the rough a few holes later, plays with it, and on 16 gets another hole-in-one. The same golf ball is used for 2 different hole-in-ones on the same day on the same course. Now, this kid thinks he lost the ball. He must be a pretty good golfer because he was like, hey, I didn't expect to lose the ball. I lost it. This guy finds it, puts it in his bag, par 3, pulls it out, hits another hole-in-one. He finds out later in the clubhouse, and the two meet up, and, they do the picture and all that.
Did the kid have to buy drinks for everybody?
I don't know if you make a 13-year-old buy drinks.
That was the rule at our club.
Maybe the dad's got to buy drinks. Yeah. He should get the ball, right? The 13-year-old?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You leave a ball in the rough, it's somebody else's ball.
You lost it. You couldn't find it.
No, you didn't go. I don't know how many times I've done this. I've been like, save time. I am not doing it. I know the ball. It might be in bounds. It might not be, but I'm not going to waste a lot of time.
Most times you don't know that it still exists and is played. And
well, first off, you don't know that he found it in bounds.
He said he found it in the rough.
Yeah, but that could be the rough that's outside
I assume
behind the
somewhat
markers
out of bounds. Yeah,
right. I don't know. No.
I think he should do the right thing as the older gentleman and let the kid have the ball.
Absolutely, you give him the ball back.
I think you teach the kid a lesson and say, don't be dumb. You got a hole-in-one, keep the ball, put it in your pocket, take out a fresh one.
Really?
Seriously. Yes, I'm serious. I would be like,
I wish I was that kid's father and you said that to my kid.
I'd be like, how dumb?
I'd let you out so fast.
I'd be like, how dumb are you?
Pat?
That you'd use that ball.
Ruling?
Yeah, you can't use that ball.
You got to put the ball away. You're dumb.
Yeah, you can't use it.
You're dumb. You got a hole-in-one, your first hole-in-one. Put the ball in your pocket, get out another ball so you don't ever lose it.
You're going to teach a 13-year-old a hard lesson about that?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
It's a world of hard knocks.
You guys are callous.
Okay.
Cold, callous killers. That's ridiculous. You got to give the kid the ball.
You give the 13-year-old the ball so he can hang it up his first hole-in-one. Absolutely.
Screw that guy. No, I don't know the conclusion of the story. He might have, so I'm not trying to
I hope he did.
slander his good name, but he should absolutely concede the ball.
Nope.
Nope.
Not in this game.
You give up your women.
How would you look a 13-year-old kid in the eye and say, no, kid, that's my ball?
Let me ask you this. If you have a Titleist, you have a Pro V1, and the Lynches get the Lynch family crest put on a box of Pro V1s.
The only Pro V1s I play are the ones I find in the woods.
And you're out, and you play with it, and you say, it's in the rough. I lost it. I can't find it. Go on. You go on. 3 holes later, I find your Lynch crest ball.
Yeah.
When I show you, hey, Jamie, I found your ball. Do you say, okay, give it back?
No, I'd be like, that's yours. But if you hung up a hole-in-one ball in your house with Lynch family crest on it, I'd call you a psycho.
No, I'd spin it so the Lynch family crest wasn't showing.
This guy's what? He's going to hang
You're
a high
not even
school
believing
ball?
what you're saying.
No, I am.
No,
I swear. No, I absolutely swear to you.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up the ball that I got a hole-in-one with.
Jamie, why don't you text Christine and ask her? All right.
Hey, I have my best score ever. Scorecard framed in the house because I've never gotten a hole-in-one. My brother, like a drunken, drunken sailor stumbles into a hole-in-one. He's got one. Pisses me off still to this day. I have so many people that I know that got hole-in-ones, and I'm like, I should have had a hole-in-one by now.
I don't deserve one. If I get one,
John's the guy that at a baseball game, if a little kid, a foul ball bounces off his hands, and John catches it, he's going,
Not true. I have
my ball,
I got documented evidence of a playoff game on Fox where I caught a foul ball bouncing off the facade, got the foul ball. And yes, the people in my row said, there's a kid behind you. And I turned around and gave it to the kid.
I'd like to change my answer.
What?
After John's diatribe, I'm going to give the ball back.
Why, you really are?
You got to give the ball to the kid.
It's nothing personal, John. I just don't want to die on this hill with you.
He's bleeding out.
Yeah,
I can't blame you.
This is a losing effort, man. It's like 300. You're Spartan and you're tough.
I can't imagine the poll results would be in your favor, John.
No, they wouldn't be, but I can still say.
What would you say to the kid's parents?
First of all, why would the kid's parents even find out?
They're probably
he's golfing with this kid.
He can't drive home.
What if he's golfing with his dad?
He wasn't golfing with his kid, obviously, because it was 3 holes later.
He needs a ride home. He can't even drive yet.
I don't know that the kid may be doing something illegal.
If I found out somebody was taking my 13-year-old's hole-in-one ball,
how would you know it was their hole-in-one ball? Because obviously the kid's spraying balls all over the course.
I'd be knocking at your door.
I'd be like,
no
dude,
question.
Really? You're keeping the ball?
Yes.
Oh, man, we'd have words.
You're talking about a golf ball. Are you serious? Being serious here?
I swear to you, I'm not playing radio at all. I'm keeping the hole-in-one ball.
I just go get another Pro V1 and lie about it and put the picture under it, and it's a great memory.
No, the memory would be that I lied about the hole-in-one.
You're going to put a high school emblem ball on your wall?
Is
get it plaqued?
We were supposed to golf together, but I think I think we're changing those plans now, right? Because if any of us hit a hole-in-one, Johnny's going to run up to the tee and grab
Steal
it.
the ball from us.
No, because if you're stupid enough to play it, put it in your pocket. For God's sake, seriously. You have to know better than that.
No.
Put the ball in your
He's probably a pretty good golfer and probably doesn't lose many
I'm
balls.
not going to lose a ball today in this round.
A lot of guys don't.
You obviously did.
Wait, before he was dumb, now you're calling him snobby? Which one is it?
Well, it's probably both. He's on the high school golf team at
Here's your
11.
lesson. Here you go, buddy. Here's the ball. Next time you hit a home run, don't put the ball in your bag. Don't play with it. That way you won't lose. And the kid goes, okay, thank you, sir.
I'm telling my dad, don't talk to me like that. You don't address other kids' parents like that, other kids like that. They'll call mom and dad or get a lawyer. You just say, hey, nice golf ball. There.
Can't believe you.
I swear to God, I would knock you to kingdom come.
Hey, the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism, also known as Bob Cooney's satellite office, says boost your mood in New Jersey. Savor sea breezes, the call of adventure, or drift into the blue. You can find it all at visitnj.org. Visitnj.org.
Isn't that a wild story, though?
That is.
That's a wild.
I saw that yesterday. I was laughing out loud. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
that is really.
I can't imagine the odds of that.
I saw where what was it? The one of those Sunday morning magazine shows showed one where the man hit a golf ball. He knew who his father was, but had never met him. There had been some sort of thing between the families. He hit a golf ball on a golf course, broke the windshield of the man.
It was his dad's car?
And it was the dad.
Wow. That's crazy.
And they lived supposedly 7 miles from each other. And I guess the families were there was so much venom and hatred. The father bagged out of the situation and literally didn't have any contact with the son and had another family.
Oh, wow.
But the guy broke his window.
That's crazy.
And guess what? Once they got together, they had this love story of golf.
Yeah.
Like the father
That's
and son.
cool.
And he said he did not make him pay for it.
Dustin Miller on YouTube has a good idea.
Good job, Dustin.
Saw the ball in half, and you could make a plaque you could make 2 plaques.
Okay, I'm all for that.
You know what I mean? That would be cool.
I'd
just put half a ball in the plaque, and you could share it.
And then the little
that could
kid,
be a compromise.
And then he can't. I'd be worried about him losing it again. So the kid
you
can't
get a
lose
plaque
half a
with the
ball.
scorecard, right?
The kid
He's
can't lose half a ball.
13.
If he's irresponsible, what's he going to be at 15,
He's
Bob?
13.
Wait till he gets on the roads, Pat. Back me up on this, Pat. When he gets on the roads,
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I got to think about my brand with this one. God bless, though. I'm praying for your mentions.
I like that very much.
Super Dude on YouTube. JK gives out bad advice to trick-or-treaters instead of candy. That's pretty good.
That is excellent. Mark in South Jersey joins us. Mark, good morning. You're on The Fanatic.
Hey, good morning, John. How are you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
Good. I had to call in because I don't know if any of you have ever watched the show, but Everybody Loves Raymond. Something like this happened where the kid kicked a field goal, game-winning field goal, and Ray's father happened to be at the game, got the ball, and then refused to give it back, and it was holding it for a $10,000 ransom. So the father of the kid came to the house because Ray felt bad because he was getting a lot of pressure from it because his father was the one, who kept the ball. And he brought the father and the kid to the house and kind of guilted him into giving him the football.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Everybody Loves Raymond.
I used to love that show. I wouldn't watch it religiously, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I crushed big time on it. Yeah, he was a sports. Yeah, believe me, the comparisons have been made.
I can only
many times when that show was on.
By the
my
way,
house.
Nick DeLucci checks in. Doesn't he sound reputable? Nick DeLucci.
Yeah.
And he says, John, you're absolutely right. No ball for you. You lost it. Now it's mine. So if I found $5 and you said you lost $5, I have to buy you a Happy Meal? Hell no. I'm buying it for myself. Wow. Nick DeLucci.
Yeah, Nick lost all credibility.
He says that's the number. My cousin says, what's wrong with me? What's wrong, Ryan?
I can't believe you. What if someone walked up to 13-year-old Olivia and just started yelling, "You're stupid! Put the ball in your bag!"
No, I would say, guess what? Where'd you put the ball? You didn't put the ball. You put a ball like that aside. I have raised a kid that wouldn't be dumb enough to do that, Ryan. I'm just going to tell you. She's smart enough to know. If it's valuable, protect your stuff.
SD on YouTube says, just like King Solomon, the kid would not want to see that ball cut in half. Therefore, he would be the rightful owner of the ball.
Ah.
So maybe they King Solomon him.
King Solomon could really work. You can't, can you cut a golf ball in half?
Yeah. You get the right saw.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I always thought it would break into shards of, that it would be rubber on the outside.
No, I think you could do it.
Oh, really? Would it stay together?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was just layers
Jamie's
of
hit
stuff.
a ball so hard sometimes it cracks in half.
He does. He does
Yeah.
some great stuff.
Yeah, it just doesn't go anywhere near the fairway.
All right, I've got a dilemma that I need your assistance with, and it's nothing like that last one. Please help me out with this. It's a John Kincade show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I got a little gift-giving wisdom for you. Dad's got Father's Day coming up in like 11 days. Dad loves steak. Omaha Steaks is the best at it. So omahasteaks.com, you go there, and in the search bar, you type in the code FANATIC, and you're going to get the Dad's Want Steaks package for just $99. What is it? How about 16 mouth-watering entrees, 4 bacon-wrapped filet mignons, 4 air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, 4 boneless pork chops, and 4 gourmet jumbo franks. But there's more. How about 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 jar of Omaha Steak seasoning, and 8 bonus Omaha Steaks burgers. This is an amazing deal. $99 from our friends at Omaha Steaks, and he's going to want to keep the cooler that it comes in. It's great. It's a great gift. He's going to love it, and I bet you he's going to cook for you. The Dad's Want Steaks package. You get all 16 entrees, 4 desserts, plus the 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers for just $99. omahasteaks.com, keyword FANATIC in the search bar. Tell them Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
I slept in the nude last night. Felt every little breeze.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Listen, there are all kinds of reasons why guys aren't able to perform. Age or medical condition, or for younger guys, could be anxiety, something that we all deal with. Whatever it is, Blue Chew tablets help men combat all forms of ED. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Chewables, how great is that? No needles, no downtime. If you like simple, BlueChew.com is for you. You don't have to visit a doctor's office. There's no waiting in lines at a pharmacy. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers online, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. Right now, try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code 975 at checkout. All you have to cover is $5 for shipping. That's it. BlueChew.com, promo code 975 to receive your first month free.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
This Fanatic Golf Report is brought to you by Town & Country Golf Links. Father's Day is June 19th. Why not forgo that boring golf shirt and dozen balls and give Dad some books that he can enjoy reading all this summer? Charlie Meacham, lawyer, businessman, LPGA commissioner, and friend, shares his unique inside stories and great photos from over 50 years with Arnie and Jack, published by Mission Point Press. For fiction readers, try the 2-book saga from Jeff Wallach with Mr. Wizard and Everyone Here is From Somewhere Else, which follows 2 brothers in their search for their father, traveling the globe from the U.S. to the Links of Ireland, published by Open Books. Dad will really appreciate it. Happy Father's Day. For The Fanatic, I'm Mike Rose. One of the region's must-play courses is Town & Country Golf Links in Woodstown, New Jersey. The course has been upgraded with 3 new and exciting holes on the back 9. Their practice range is state-of-the-art, with grass tees and is powered by Top Tracer technology. After golf, enjoy a drink at the Bull on the 19th Bar or fine dining at the Creekside Inn. Call 856-769-8333 or visit tcgolflinks.com.
Jamie's log. Progressive. The Harrington's backyard. Day 4, 2:18 a.m. I've been camping outside the Harrington house for 4 days now, proving that Progressive has 24/7 protection. Mr. Harrington says I don't need to do this, since Progressive protects 24/7 is a pretty easy concept to grasp, but I'm going to stay and prove my point. Besides, there's a big tree branch over the roof, and I think it's planning something.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
For nearly 100 years, folks have trusted Blue Star medicated ointment to relieve the pain and itching of almost any skin irritation.
It works on my son's dry, itching feet and their jock itch.
I had this rash on my neck. Nothing worked until Blue Star.
Blue Star worked great on my ringworm without steroids.
My wife and I have been using Blue Star for years. It's never let us down.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
The New Jersey Transit Police Department reminds you that we all need to work together to keep our transit system safe. Your attention is our most valuable asset. If you ride the train or bus, if you live or work near a station, be alert and aware of your surroundings. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT or text your report to NJTPD. New Jersey Transit urges you to help us keep our transit system safe. Report suspicious activity to 1-888-TIPS-NJT or text your report to NJTPD.
At Armor Metals and Recycling, we pay top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, wire, catalytic converters, batteries, and more. Whether it's left at a job site or left at the curb, if it's metal, we'll accept it. Armor's mobile service comes to you if you have over 500 pounds of non-ferrous metal. Armor can handle your e-cycling needs too, like computers, cell phones, and more. We take it all. Located at 8300 National Highway behind Pennsauken High School and at ArmorMetalsRecycling.com. Armor Metals, your trusted recycling partner.
Save on your favorite summer fruit at Whole Foods Market. Enjoy 25% off cut watermelon through June 7th. Plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Enjoy smoothies, refreshers, hot and iced lattes, or try the new frozen coffee and frozen refreshers. Gotta have a Wawa.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
Hey guys, the NBA Finals, they're here, and so is your chance to score big on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. During the NBA Finals, new customers get $200 in free bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Bet the money line, point spreads, player props, and a whole lot more. Combine bets for an even bigger payday with a same-game parlay. Now, tonight you got Boston giving 3.5 to Golden State. I kind of like the Celtics at home tonight, and I'm going to double it up with something. I'm going to double it up with Al Horford getting 2 or more three-pointers. You combine those two totals, bam, there you go. Sign up with promo code Bob. New to FanDuel? Well, now's the perfect time to join. Watch the games and cash in all the action. Join with promo code Bob and turn a $5 bet into $200 in free bets, win or lose. Make every game feel like Game 7. FanDuel, the official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Are you a foxhole guy for the John Kincade Show? Then prove it. Tap the 97.5 The Fanatic app all morning long, before and after your commute.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Our friends at Martin Law are Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Doc checked in. He said correct on all accounts.
Say Doc.
No delivery for Doc.
Really?
But bacon wings are certainly going to be in the mix. The Cooney wing.
Attaboy, Doc.
He is not waiting. He's not waiting for his brother to win one of these things. Because he'll be waiting a long time probably at that point. So
I already have my next recipe intact.
He's going to get over there and try the
sushi wing.
The Cooney wing. So he's going to go out there and try it.
What's it say on the menu, Pat? Does it mention the show or anything?
I don't know. I called up and ordered it to go. So I have no idea. I didn't get a menu.
It's the Cooney wing.
How did you order it? What did you say?
I called up and I said 15 of the bacon wings.
Oh, okay. You didn't say the Cooney wings?
No, I didn't. I
didn't want to give him the credit for even that?
I didn't want to flex on her.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Bob personally.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a little be presumptuous.
And then you said, give me your Venmo, and she hung up on you.
If any of us roll in and say, like, well, we work with Bob. We're part of the John Kincade show. We work with Bob, and Bob's the star of the Wings here. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they'd give a damn.
I think that's the reaction.
Yeah, that's what we would probably get.
So on the menu, I'm on the Cherry Hill takeout menu right now. It's just called the barbecue bacon coated with crispy bacon crumbles.
Well, technically,
it doesn't name our show or anything?
No, it just says
Wait a
barbecue
minute, it's
bacon.
got to have something. It's got to have something. Like there has to be a picture up of you or something in the.
I don't care about
I
me.
think when you go there, it should be.
It says wing of the month, barbecue bacon coated with crispy bacon crumbles.
Man, that sounds
because they couldn't
delicious.
afford this full
well,
slice. We're putting out of
technically.
Well, they couldn't afford to put pictures up and everything because the amount of money they're having to spend on the.
Yeah, the bacon.
Well, technically, this isn't the wing that Bob created, so he shouldn't.
No, it is the original wing I created. The original wing I created, and Chef will tell you, is that I said something with bacon bits that you can roll it in. If I still have the email, I'll show it to you.
Paid off to tell me something.
See, here's where the jealousy creeps in. You guys could only last so long saying congratulations.
That I got last night, while incredible, was not the wing that I got when we did the wing off.
I was shocked.
It's not the wing that won.
PJ's having to close 7 locations just for the month just to cover the costs of making
here
Bob's
we go.
wing.
The dripping with jealousy.
Oh, it's dripping with that great
That's okay.
barbecue sauce that you made,
really
which is
good.
awesome. Okay, I've got a dilemma, and this is a serious dilemma.
Delicious.
We are now here as a family, and as a family unit, we would go down south in the car for our beach vacations, just like people do here in Philadelphia. Go down to the beach. But they were always the beaches in Florida. And the rental units, when you go to the beach in Florida, are beachfront condos with huge pool complexes, all the amenities, almost like you're going to a hotel. It's not sort of the same at the Jersey Shore. It's very, very different vibe. We've never, ever rented a house in our lives. Airbnb is out of the question. And we are absolutely more of a. We're just not doing it. We're not renting a house. I don't want to be in someone else's house. Don't want it. As far as an Airbnb, I would consider a shore house, maybe a shore condo,
it's the
whatever.
same thing.
We're always more poor pool people, though, than ocean people. We're more of a pool family, want to hang out at the pool and then go down to the ocean and then come back up and go to the pool. When we go to the Jersey Shore, it's always been like day trips down. I want to plan a beach week next year really, really badly. And this summer, we're going to go down, but we're going to stay in a hotel, and so they can get an idea of what it's like at the Jersey Shore. I tried to show them a few of the hotels at the Jersey Shore along the shoreline. It's just very different. Do you have any idea how you convince the girls to say, try something? Try it different, or any suggestions that people can offer on email or otherwise? There have to be other people who've done this, who've come to the area. And when you go to the beach in Florida and you go to a beach, first of all, the places you rent are right on the beach. Directly. So you either you're at the pool and then you literally walk 10 steps down onto the beach. And you can pick, choose, and refuse. 20, 50, 70 places you can stay. It's a lot different down there. How do you convince people to try something different that they've never ever tried before? To have them want to do it.
Are you paying for it?
Yeah.
There you go.
No. That's not how I work.
Case settled. Thank you.
That's not how I work. I'm not gonna force them to do something.
I mean, Olivia's got a job now, right? So, like, if she wants to go to Six Flags, she can pay for that Six Flags ticket. And with a Coke, I think tickets are like $20.
She can bring a Coke can. Like she can have a Coke can.
Yeah, you just bring the can and boom.
So I'm just saying, is I'm trying to figure out how to convince them that this is something. This would be a great adventure to try something, and not Six Flags.
I think that's just how you do it. We're in a different part of the world, and we're trying what they do here.
Because it is very, very, it's completely different.
Do they like the beach or no?
We're more pool people.
So you go down to the beach to sit by the pool?
Okay, but how about this? You're at the beach. The place is in Florida. Imagine you didn't have the boardwalk. Take the boardwalk off it.
Yeah, I know what you.
And you walk from the pool area at where you stay and you rent your condo or whatever, and you take like 10, 20 steps down and you're on the beach, and then you're in the ocean. It's completely different than the whole shore experience, and just it's very hard for them to grasp the concept of, I don't really know I want to do that. And I want to do it badly. I really want to do it, and I want them to try it.
They should want to do it because you want to do it.
Exactly.
Like if they know that you want to do it that badly, they should go, okay, it's a free vacation.
You say, look, I want to show you how I grew up.
Yeah, I don't think this is on you, Johnny.
You think it's on them?
I think it's just more on them.
Okay,
yeah.
do you think that's a good strategy to say this is all on you?
Yeah, you might need to call Michelle Ferreri afterwards and just have a preliminary talk.
So we have a talk with Michelle Ferreri, then I present to the girls, this is something I really want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
get on board.
You'd ideally like to talk to Joe Cordell, but he's not licensed in your state. So it's as simple as, talk to Michelle, see what your options are. But yeah, they need to get on board.
It's just different. I know, and
but why are you anti-house
renting
with
a house?
Pool?
I don't want to rent somebody else's house. Now,
but everybody's house is somebody else's house. That's what I'm saying, a house with a pool.
If you tell me a condo place, now there are some condo places that have like not maid service, but they come in and they clean it before you move in. And then,
Airbnb does that.
And then the condo has like a really nice pool. Any ideas that people have got for me?
But why do you differentiate Airbnb and a rental?
I don't want to just rent a rental
house. It's the same
house.
thing.
No, because I've heard people say I had people say to me, we rented a place last summer. The pictures in the place were from 2016. And we got down there.
Take a trip.
We had
down
already
the beach.
rented. We had already. No, but they didn't see the inside of the house.
Are you sure you weren't on Bumble?
Yeah. And they were like, the picture. Yeah, very good. The pictures were from 2016, or they didn't show us, or the people that were there before them were slobs, and there was stuff that wasn't
There's cleaning crews that are mandatory with Airbnb. You pay for it. Yeah. I mean, I've had nothing but good experiences with Airbnb. I think you should be open to that.
A lot of
option.
places you got to bring your own sheets. I've seen it.
That's
a lot
fine.
Of
I don't want to sleep in strangers' sheets.
Bring your own sheets.
Yeah,
I like that. But you can do laundry service, like where they get the.
They'll clean it. Yeah.
No. Where you can get because there used to be places down where they would say you go to one of those rental places and they would say the fresh sheets will be waiting for you. You're literally
some
Airbnbs
will have them the linen
laundry
services.
Okay, so they do have that too. Okay.
You can rent a house. You can rent a house, and it could have a pool there. You could do that also. They have washers and dryers.
There are a lot of options.
You can do your own laundry.
A lot of options of that.
My brother-in-law got a place the last couple of years down in Avalon that had a pool. Yeah.
Okay, well, any help that people can offer on email, I'd greatly appreciate it.
And, John, you're saving so much money by not getting $20 pizzas that you could always just buy a house.
Oh, absolutely.
That's an option.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay. Well,
I want to travel.
I'm trying to help.
I don't want to be tied to one place as far as a vacation place. I want to be able to travel. I want to go someplace this year, someplace next year. I don't want to be tied to saying, well, we know where we're going on vacation because that's what we do because we have to pay that mortgage, pay all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So that's what it is. In Cooney's Corner, Bob wants to know, when is enough enough?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Look, I'm all for anybody making an extra $1 or two. Never am going to hold that against anybody, but
not going to twerk on this pole for free, Bob.
But Kevin Phil Mickelson, all you guys, what? When is enough enough? I mean, that's great. You want to go out there and it's a $250 million pool that you're going to try to win or whatever, be a part of. But you're just crapping on the guys that are in the PGA Tour. You're crapping on the PGA Tour, all to go make even hand over fist more money than the hand over fist money you've already made.
Yeah, I want to know about it. I want to know that answer, too.
It's really weird to me. And, it's literally a case of right out there. Does it happen all the time in all areas of life? Yeah, it does. But this is a direct selling of the soul to the devil. In sports, in sports, the like that we've rarely seen, if ever.
And did you see how they're doing it? They have, team names, their captains?
Yeah.
Sergio Garcia is the captain of the Fireballs
Sticks?
or fire sticks, something like
I just saw it during the last break. I did.
What the hell is that?
I don't know, but the way that they're going to disassociate themselves with the PGA Tour, which, as I said earlier, I have never heard players complain at all.
No.
Of treatment by the PGA Tour ever.
Oh,
never.
The Fireballs.
And now all of a sudden you have money put there and you're going to start bashing the PGA Tour and you're going to put yourself in between friendships that you've made a lifetime making. I mean, Phil Mickelson, he's pretty much ostracizing himself from all the players on the PGA Tour.
And again, I've said it to you before, and a lot of people will be like, really? I'd never heard that about Mickelson. We had a lot of tour events in Atlanta and a lot of things go on down there. We would talk to pro golfers, and many pro golfers said to us, the popularity of Phil with the people compared to the popularity of Phil with the people who know him was a completely different story. He's just not the same guy that he would present himself as.
I have the team names here. Would you like them?
Yeah. Is there anything that's going to be getting problem?
So they have a captain. I don't know how many team members they get, but apparently they're drafting.
Okay.
So Dustin Johnson is the captain of the Four Aces. Graham McDowell is the captain of the Niblets. Ian Poulter is the captain of the Majestics. And then there's Ironhead, Stinger, Cleeks, Crushers, HY Flyers is Phil's team.
So will they compete every week, those same teams?
All compete against each other? And maybe their scoring's that model as opposed to individual? But I guess individuals can still win because there's prize money. It seems like Taylor Gooch.
They're getting paid to just join.
Yes, just to join. Like Dustin Johnson's allegedly getting $125 million.
All right, so if he's a captain of it, maybe his team winnings gets something. He gets a part. I don't know.
He gets a portion of it.
But like a guy like Taylor Gooch left, and by the way, hilarious name. He's up and coming on the tour. He's been doing really well. He's had some top 10 finishes here and there. I mean, I guess he's just cash grabbing.
Maybe he's looking for the cash grab early and then wants an easy life. He doesn't want to grind.
Maybe.
He wants to play in a certain amount of events every year. And they may not be. By the way, they are not guaranteed
This just feels like the XFL to me.
But they're not guaranteed to be invited to majors either.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's a great chance that they may be locked out. U.S. Open may say, sorry, you're not coming.
That's not worth it.
The Masters may say, you're not coming.
Like, part of it is the history of the sport and playing Augusta and walking the same place. You know what I mean? Like,
and making a fortune doing it.
Yeah, and what really hits me is when Rory McIlroy came out a couple of months ago or whatever and just said, the PGA Tour has treated us tremendously and afforded us this terrific life. Like, do they share revenue with the players? No, apparently they don't, but the players are making them out very well. And somebody brought up Kevin Na to me. He's made $40 million, close to $40 million in career earnings.
And he needs a cash grab?
Well, maybe he's getting $50 million to go play, and he goes, well, I can make that instantly as opposed to I grinded for 8 or 9 years.
And like I said, but you really are selling your soul to the devil.
It's weird.
And I would suggest this. You say selling your soul to the devil? The money that's coming from this, from the Saudi government, I would invite everybody, if you had 5 minutes today, to go read about Operation Encore. And I applaud President Biden for declassifying the FBI report on the 9/11 attacks and the 9/11 hijackers. And this was a report that was classified. No one could read it until this past 9/11. 20 years later, President Biden had it declassified. Go read about Operation Encore. And I want every one of these golfers to look in the eyes of the victims of 9/11 and say, yeah, we're okay. We're in business with these people. Yeah, they're trustworthy. These are good folks.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful. It's an absolute freaking disgrace that they would do business with these people. It is. It's terrible. And I don't. Just for more money, more greed, it's unbelievable that they do it. Operation Encore, go read it for yourself and read all about it.
Yeah, I can't believe this is happening.
I can't either.
And Phil, forget it. Phil Mickelson's probably done with the PGA Tour because they'll be done with him.
Well, he's done with the PGA Tour, and again, USGA, he can.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just careers come to an end and stuff like that, and it's abrupt, and you hate. This is like Phil Mickelson's career just came to an end, and we're watching Tiger Woods. Limping around golf courses. I don't know how much he'll have left in him either. I mean, we're seeing two of the prominent golfers of your lifetime.
Yeah.
That could be kind of ending on the tour.
And Dustin Johnson, to me, is the low-key shocker because he's one of the faces of the tour.
And he is one of the faces.
But question for you, are you going to watch it?
I got to tell you, I have no interest, no.
I don't think I am either.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'll tune in and check it out.
If I stumble onto it, I will. But how about this?
I'm not going to seek it out, but yeah, I'm probably going to watch it if it's on.
If you tell me that it's up against the Greater Hartford Open, I think I might. Does that make me a hypocrite? Because I'm going to support it. Maybe
that's what I was just thinking. If I watch it, am I a hypocrite?
Am I being a hypocrite?
Probably a little bit.
And saying that,
but
it would seem that way.
It's golf, and I like golf. I don't know.
I'll check it out only because if I'm going to bash it, I have to be knowledgeable about it. I'm not going to lie. So I'll check it out for that reason only.
Well, you can bash it. You can bash it just on the fact that you're a good person and a human being that doesn't believe that Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson and them taking money from absolute people who funded terrorism is something that's okay. Like, I would think that's you could be a good person and just have a reason to bash it. I'm shocked. I mean, at the end, think of it this way. If LeBron James or some other stars decided to say, we're going to create this other league to compete with the NBA, and we're going to take money from the Saudi government.
Yeah, or China.
They would be crying. Well,
LeBron would sign up for
That's
that.
the point. Daryl Morey can tell you about that.
No.
Right.
And Daryl was,
right.
Daryl found his voice.
He was
Daryl found his voice where others are just silent.
He was castigated.
And he
for
was. He was. LeBron's never articulated that one well.
Nah.
And I don't think on his podcast network he will either. His new podcast network. I think that'll be one that he just
He's got
glosses
movies
over.
to sell and sneakers to
It's
sell.
amazing. Yeah, he's going to.
He'll be mum on that one.
You need,
You
labor,
can't have,
you need your labor to make your sneakers.
and to me, it's situational ethics.
Yes.
And that's why every summer, that's one of the things Shaq does, is go over to China and take people on a tour, including media, of where his shoes are made. Because he says, why are our shoes made like this? Here's where they're made. Here's who does them. Because of the fact that he says no one's ever going to be able to say to him, you had child labor making your shoes.
Yeah, I respect that.
And he gets ripped.
He's an amazing. Listen, your guy is an amazing. He's a great businessman, and he's just good people.
He's good people. He's like the you and Tunis. Good people there. He's very good people. The question is, how you feeling today? Because I'm asking you the same question I asked these guys at the beginning. Do you realize how much the wheels fell off the wagon of Jalen Hurts at the end of last year? I know you talked about it very much like you were like, I just don't see him as the guy. I don't see, and listening to Cuz Radio. When I did the breakdown of the numbers today, he was terrible. From Thanksgiving on. He was terrible.
Yeah, look, listen. I mean, he was awful, and I look at it like this. He gets every opportunity. He has a great line, great weapons. So it's he also last year was that learning year, right?
Right, exactly.
Right. So if he's going to put together, it's going to be this year, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm going in with it with a clean slate, like an open mind. Like, go ahead, let me see, because if you can anticipate and you see what. Listen, I know the kid's a bright kid and he's a coachable kid, right? So I know he's going to work hard. So if he can get down the idea of seeing what he's looking at and getting rid of the ball on time, then that'll make up for his arm. And that's going to be the big deal, the big trick.
Yeah, I'm same with you, Ant. I'm sitting back. I'm waiting to see. And if he can't do it with this offense, you have your answers right away. Yeah.
Right.
And look, this year is listen, it's about next year anyway. It's not even about this year, even though this year they can win and it's going to be fun. But this is the stepping stone year. And if Jalen puts it together, great. Like, you don't have to worry about a quarterback. If not, then, that's why you have those 2 picks next year.
Here's the problem I got, though. I can't live through another football season where going into it, you tell me how you're going in this year dispassionately and just studying it, which I understood last year. Tell me this year, though, I get full Gargano mode. I get the full Anthony experience. I get the Anthony that lives and dies with that same thing where you're not. Last year, you were very clinical in your analysis because of that learning curve year.
Right.
Tell me this year, I'm getting the full Cuz experience this year. Friday afternoons.
Next year.
Friday. No.
This is still a year of analysis.
A year analysis?
Yes. It's a year of analysis.
I don't know.
This year.
I don't know, Jamie. That's going to disappoint me. I need the full Cuz experience. How about if they're 4-1?
Yeah, listen.
Well,
I don't.
They're
going
to win the first game, so I have a
Bob's
win.
going to do one loss on your shoulders, Bob.
Win.
Yeah, there you go. I
agree with that,
Don't do that to me.
Bob's
then
mic's
they're going to lose.
Bob's mic's going in and out. It's great. Somebody call Grossman. Something's not working.
I agree with him. Four. I agree.
See, his mic's having problems.
Bobby!
He's trying to do it.
Bobby,
they're messing with me. By the way, Bob's wings are at PJ.
I heard.
All month long.
I listen to you every morning.
The bacon barbecue
I heard about
wing.
Pat. I'm surprised Pat didn't drop the. It's my man created that thing, man.
Well, I'm sure you used a gift card.
I did, yeah.
I'm sure.
I can't wait to taste it.
Oh, I can't wait either.
I might have to grab some today for lunch.
I messed up. I made Jamie the favorite.
You did.
You and Bob was the second favorite.
I had Bob as the second favorite.
Yeah, but you had Jamie and Bob like neck and neck.
I did, but I should have just went all in on Bob.
And you picked me. And you picked
hindsight's 20/20.
And you picked me for last, and you were right.
You were right there. Yeah.
Well, listen, know the personalities.
I was last.
Yeah, you were definitely last.
Captain Crunchwing, that was a great idea.
That was horrible. The idea of
I think Joey's Wing Shack down the street went with the Captain Crunchwing.
You know why? Because you're more talking about clinical. That's how you are.
Overthinking?
But you'll analyze it. You're not going to. Bobby's got the creative gene, right?
Yes.
Like this. Let me try it.
Bobby's got the heart.
Yes.
I'm dealing with the head.
And when you cook, right? Cooking is about love.
That's what you said your mom was.
Yes.
Everything about your mom it's that cooking.
And your aunt.
Was showing love. And your aunt, too. There you go. Cookie.
I love you guys.
There you go. We'll see you soon.
It's
It's Cuz Radio coming your way next. Want to remind you, for life-saving supporting cancer research, you got to do it. Join us and our generous partner, Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Dealers. And please make a donation today to the American Association for Cancer Research. $5, $10, $20, it doesn't matter. Do it in somebody's memory or do it for somebody who's fighting right now. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. Got a lot coming your way tomorrow on the show. It'll be an interesting day, including a bunch of new segments you haven't heard before. John Kincade Show. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 6. Have a great day, everybody. I want to tell you about my friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. And I know that for a lot of you, your air conditioning system barely made it through last summer's heat. Well, don't take a chance when you're dealing with your home comfort. It is going to get nasty hot. You know it. And there are supply chain shortages that are real. But H&H has the inventory now. They can install now with savings up to $1,500 in rebates on qualifying systems, and they can do it before the nasty summer heat really sets in. They're also offering 0% financing for qualified buyers. So there's absolutely no reason to wait. I love H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. I love the fact that we've got a maintenance program set up with us in a brand new home to come in, maintain our system, make sure everything's working top notch. And also they installed that air scrubber that is helping all of us with allergies breathe a lot easier. You're going to love it. Schedule an estimate on a new air conditioner system by visiting DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com. My friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. They've got over 1,000 5-star ratings online and a very important one from the Kincades.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Here's a little gift-giving wisdom from Omaha Steaks. Dads want steaks. And with Father's Day around the corner, there isn't a better gift than Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com and type Fanatic in the search bar and order the Dads Want Steaks package. For just $99, this limited-time package includes 16 mouth-watering entrees he's guaranteed to love, like smoky, tender, bacon-wrapped filet mignons, gourmet jumbo franks, and their air-chilled boneless chicken breasts. And for a sweet finish, delicious caramel apple tartlets. And as a special gift for 97.5 The Fanatic listeners, when you type Fanatic in the search bar and order the Dad's One Steaks package, you'll also get 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers. These burgers are full of bold, beefy flavor